Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Some 40 minutes past the hour 6. Western Diamond TV on your multi-TV decoder. Wood to me Radio 101.3. The frequency modulation. Maybe a video who didn't do be no pay. The so young crop Enchill and a medema war. Western in the morning. Adiachebia, Adiachia, Yaku new media so. Yankopono and the Enichi. One much of fun to and Chawushia. Yakonon Kwanaki Sans Yedi. Wama Nyesieno Enyakwa. But I see piano pay. Today I'd watch Ramaba AS Enchill. The radio PRO. Abena Sawa Ameni and Pobumechidom. Osikeni from Pomansu Osi. Uten Nechi Kakra. Barababa na Takoradi Abu Pra. The usual host. Once Uten Nechi Kakra. The Jabani day. They said the Joanne de Asua will tell us to meet Tinemu. Na itumi atuto tunyama kopem se nonkron empemu ebebo ne benada anopay the 1st of July 2025 Jaro na waswishi ebe TV ne so same by DOP Director of Photography on the cameras nechi ana wo push bibi adema yaro na yaro si dia be TV ne so edabu na say DJ Bone ebo mochidom anopay yemfesia na mensan enda wasemo wachibiem. Now to the work of the day. Juwedi anam sunti anda no peyesia no yankoso na yentumi enyin nsem ba ko mienu miensan fama wo. Na as you know, Western in the morning juwedi eso anopebia no yese ho kran ese ho den. Me friend motivational pure. Eye eduro bia aboyemu bia anopa bia no ewose wunye bi na wo memene ansa wo pie firufie wo pie firudwumedie so ansa wo ba wunwumedie so se wo ba baye wodwuma anampo se wo pie se wo kwakofa hyan na wo tede mu ana so se wo so wo ka ki no wo so eye wo ka no se utu ka no ede esikrom na wakwakopa passenger na wonso at the end of the day when you be kakra ede akofie so therefore na no pay motivational power yaro de betu TV no so na wonso etumi ahwebi ya be kan no very simple ede amount and pe no dey come fa no having an impact on someone else's life tienie setting an exemplary life or living an exemplary life, imparting something unique in someone else's life. Jackie Robinson, brain quote, and I call this motivational power. A life is not important. A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. Abrakon tia braba ye boyi ebusuei. Enye se sabin pediasa. Ye nemu ase ye bobra na yakwen nsem echi. De bia mi kase mpenfo kro wasem yo mukase. Samanpa ene to no bedin. Se wontisa abebuo no ase a na mi kire mu. Se samanpa ene to no bedin. Na empeni so se takrama hoyi empro pra takrama empro na no enam atiasefo so nti ana takrama empro na ko nipa de owu a honam akwan bibia ebe pro na se ka se takrama empro enam atiasefo nti eni jana pay dem pesa me no eka ne se ana dem pesa me kire mu na wote ase ne se obrakon twin obrasade yetwai owiei ase a we fa na wi ase mu yi so nyankopon ya dom na opagya wudum pempon so bia e wo sa wo so uba afoforo enya wo so emfaso ma afoforo enya wo so mfaso ama daache bi no woni ho bia mu a yetumi enya biribi aye enkae dum ade akayo anabetie me yetumi enya biribi aye enkae dum something that you could be remembered with or of she enano a yeah papa yen group CEO Chairman Bernard Enchill Osiakon me dey mfa to yokofo ebetire no ekwahye afiase on themselves for close to 1 week. Just imagine the number of people womutu punkum ekopie mu ewon kran one free Kumasi Ashanti region efa buses akọ enkran take ebeka se chama wontumi de sebe when wonye sika no wo ne bra ene efa obi aho nti kaye nkasa no ho ana meboa but so woni to fom a emberwa su enkokra su embrantie su embeba wa su political parties ni bi mpa wo ne NPP enya adwen no wo so edi yawo civil society organizations and asofo su malamfo su obia erahoye sebe emo akora omoderahoye se na iyokofo eye tema wontumi saa na wobisa hu se adenti ana wono chechama wontumi a ebusia media mfanto ho enipadom every all walks of life If you Ashanti region, Western North, Greater Accra, different regions. Omuna eko Greater Accra region say, ye ko nya kwata chama wuntu mi echi. Ebushia say, anam penifo say, ebushia wei ye ne dom. Ebushia ye ne dom. Akwa se Asante kotoko. Ukuma pema, e wo sa pem esan hyem. San se etetua, etese etua. Ah? Itano pandemic ani. Esen bra papa bia papa yi abo asase so enti ene sania na brabo mu enya sunsunso papa ewe binum so enti directly and indirectly no womo so pese womo eche ne se na brabo no wobo do wiase mu no enya sunsunso womo so eno nti omo de mo chita no eba beta no se na be ya wo bibiboni bia no ento chema wontumi afei entimra fom mo bia ntwema no fesi bone na mom ena no kosi ade ya yi ye papa Maxwell Kofi Dwuma se ye kokotene no anamboa bato ya we se won ya we ye Kofi Dwuma eye asewutu yan former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo o ya asewutu him na ase no ti adan no mampani dada ase ya tene no a yan hyeda nte ho maache na kana fo binum ye na ya edi men kasa wa mabrama anso afoforo so nanso no fakwa adwendwene mu. How well do you know Chema Wontumi and how well do you know Yewra Maxwell Kofi Dwuma former Gihawk Distilleries wo mu penny kwantenafo? How well do you know him? Aside for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bayi biko enei ye biribi nkaitum ede kai no yey ye won penifo atotoro na Nana Addo Akufo-Addo Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia even ye man peni watiswei enya bia no sabe yese ne ogane na gu no ho krompo no e wo ne nkaida 2013 2017 eye danya no a wo ye biribi a wo de be kai no se ne papa mu o se ne boni mu o wa wo be kai no inti na make it to ne say a life is not important. Abrani ya bono nyade hia biasa abrani ya bono enheda nyade hia biasa adise enya sunsanso papa bi ewa foforo abra bom unye sika onkwamendi chaman ya doye yey unye sika onkwamendi ya doye because Bible no kwaka say omam won hira se woje me kasa ya wa manfasi ya yes say a word to a wise is enough na abayansafo ye bunu be yen kana sem and I pay this is my motivational pill amede ema thank you so much na afei yenko yenim and then I pay some 49 minutes past the hour 6 and no me no di nkomo fa no some Chinese nationals bia wokɔ ɛyɛ atatemu a ɛno no ɛwɔ Asokwa adanse ana adanse Asokwa constituency in the Ashanti region. Na yɛse yɛkyerɛ Chinese nationals bɛyɛ nsia bi a wɔn mu yɛ galamsey. Miano me ka sɛ we atete a na ɛyi Hana BC Louisa Hana BC no wɔse yɛyɛ ne dan. Abaye no sɛ gangari ane sɛ mami wɔyɛ studio. Kyɛ mo de camera sɛ kwesi mo so ana mo yɛ biribia to tell Ghanaians sɛ mo yɛ adwuma bia ma ana wɔhyɛ ne jacket bi na wɔkunkɔn woyɛ ɔbaa nyabotrɛ woyɛ ɔbaa Louisa BC woyɛ ɔbaa onyɛ barima wɔkunkɔn na wɔyɛ sɛ sabe Lufthansa wo ba betuo woyɛ ɔbaa shut up onyɛ barima mo de camera kwesi mo so ana makɔ kyekyere Chinese fo bi ana mo de camera toto mo so na ɛno na ɛkɔ wie san galamsey no ɛkɔ wie san mo tuwe tu so sa na ɛde hianie because the fight against galamsey no NDC mo opposition no mo na mo de yɛ politics ma wɔn mo yɛ galamsey no nya ataban sɛ John Dramani Mahama His Excellency enya ba mu sɛ Kim galamsey no deɛ tuani sɛ yɛ tuo pen aso benyum tuani sɛ yɛ tuo pen ana mo tomu gu forest nim yɛnsuo nim ɛkɔ tu galamsey because na kwaku bu ahen ɛne yɛwura ɛyɛ menos kaisia yɛ friend say petroleum hub papa yi Tony Obin wɔkɔ gya galamsey side promote galamsey sɛ mo to abama John Dramani Mahama wonya ba mu sɛ Kim munko mo galamsey munko sansuo no munko hunu suo no munko tutu ndoba ni ntungu kokoro munko twangu no mo yɛ galamsey wo so yey am yɛ nyama pani ande wate so ebra no wo pere so beba betra gale kunya so ko jira dumba so mi ame dumba so ekoye campaigner sabe fatame sabre no campaigner na bibia nim enso wo yɛ sa campaign no ka kire galamsey yɛ so mo dumba so and I know edumba so papa minim ho gwa me firi ben so enti ufiri ben so a oduma ase bob edumba so anse wakɔ domina ase ne mpo ho sa wo fa me krom na sa wo kɔ dia sa na tie obia ne edumba so yɛ small scale mining legal obia ne ho edumba so fo metu etu challenge se me se mo se ne me kemebo a mo tro challenge amra ne yakɔ court mo fa mo nkrata asam mra ne yanka no kura wo mu se edumba so wan wo ho a wo yɛ legal mining na even small scale mining o kuta permit so odi tu magudie so man pani ko gira wo ka kira wo se wo mu yɛ kira mo aku afiase no wo ba obɛyɛ mu na pie obɛma mo amnesty wo yɛ asam dada me pese mesa ko obiem no bia kesa kyama ba asam dada na wo ka na so ni nemu no ɛyɛ emfato ho a amandai galamsey ni tuo no ni se ye betu susa no aye den ade am man no eno nkoma ye di ye no enai me linking to another galamsey activity a ekoso ewo kura eben ya hwina no he ya ye fa no redu krom mo redu krom munye study na the kind of information me wo e redu krom ohene ne ye friend na se tiama wo se hwan no na tiama wo ye abakoma hene na me wo information a wo se se me no ka se wo twafiri kro no so redu krom hene I put it to you baby wo bia se wo hwa me a galamsey activity a wo and was assembly member any some committee bia yate wo kro no so mama ho kwa man crofo de excavators mienu ewura redu krom aponim etutu o mo bridge no asa wo mu suo ene wo mu nya suo nom na you are aware na tiama wo ya aware mabo odin wo ya aware because the kind of information go ho na se yakase e ba krom wa me yeso se wa ba krom wa ba ka obesa gya na so you run away na tiama abakoma hene awowo redu krom nana krono ye na efiri so bi me firi ben so o me kire kwan nya yira kwan ben so he ya udur kojo krom afaka trotro ana amoku aka ni bi izima jet fabi udum pentin jan chef on sebenkum for Stratford kwan so a ehiem kwan wona ho kwan obedum krom sesia na udur oduru wasamanso a wasamanso ehwa na wura du krom ehye wasamanso ponim wasamanso forest nim ana wura du krom ewo ofi wura du krom awokọ edan wasa edan aso aba botodwena no nasefo mampon no nasefo no waba ho anay galamsey na wama binmu kwan because allegedly one mama 5,000 Ghana cedis 50 million 50 million who be that what the on him for so many years 50 million 5,000 Ghana cedis and who be the nti come on for both times na galamsey wo mutoi mamu free so say obi atu nyo foko na assembly member so krono so wo promise na ton ho asem promise wo assembly member already krom I'm putting it to you me say me maton ho asem promise newly elected assembly member uko krono so anka so tumi buona development eba mumuja mu ni network enye mo hia asem mu ni network anei aya common give expo SCC smaller ones bi e dey ama nkrotua no mu ni bi mo ntwene no ho no assembly member yama 3,000 Ghana cedis allegedly and a committee for from Matiano solo yama 2,000 Ghana cedis until all 10,000 Ghana cedis are this galamseyers at the brand mu close intino wakama no atum and a red chrome one bridges no asai me say nana abakuma hene I'm told so we twenty krono so me das yaro so shemfonia etwago ewo eye red krom ti galams uko nim tenten so me say excavator no hyewo etrewa what to galams say no hwe sa bridge we me mafa so pen na me fi wasa edan a me ko red krom sa bridge we na be fa so me kwaye story bi e wasa edan sabra na NPP na wa bam ana o masi nice school building bi e dey ma wasa edan fo the then MC yewra onidi no crown fence crampo MC asamensa the then MC asamensa won kon commission na wa ye no zigizigizigizigizigizigizig because mafia no hopa no this speed come eko bieye me kan wai atela o say chronominim so and mama galamsey for kwan look at this bridge na ehon no eno ane nia abobo ya ne ajefa so excavator na chechire wono excavator na chechire amienu I was there yesterday mumunim redu krom fo mo ya galamsey no I was there yesterday me ba ho ba mumunim ma home ya de yansa na de adwuma we me se me ba ho ma home yedi yansa ene nimdie a yenya free school nim ana de yesa adwuma we na information me se me wo awa na natiama abakoma hene me wo ho no wo be bon se mama me wetwane free krono so and I'm not sure say na pe wa be krono nim so bi I'm not sure say wa be krono so adisia mo wo redu krom empoho mo wasama nso mo wa komo mo constituency nim the whole of the constituency me I know say empower constituency no galamsey prone area wo mo ye galamsey pa enuti and excellency John Dramani Mahama ko gina ho na wo ka kire mo so ba wo mo ye galamsey do be yi wo mo na wa ba fie cause oni say ho ne galamsey prone area na tiama yesi wa tene free krono so assembly member promise any youth committee for yaten foforo someone shot na ma excavators way free ehwo a wo san nsuo no a ene bridge na red krom for efa so no ma free wa ade abayam no me say ne abayam no mutumi nyina no because the kind of course amaye no the kind of course amaye no me say mutumi nyina no and I was there yesterday me say na me ho enra say I ready say betu galamsey susa mama yentie dia is excellency John Dramani Mahama e kan ye no and then what they pray ni to me aba betra abayim no they pray to me aba betra abamu na me dani na no me de subono ebo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama galamsey na ekoso no me de ho subo na ehon tansani na me de bo John Dramani Mahama me say ono na me de bo no because ono na ma mbaburu na nya ahoɔden ni tumi me na me di eche na me video mrate no mo ekono omo kura so bo ehu me say me video wo mo so boni na ye fambo mampani John Mahama because wo pa bemu aba and wodi galamsey kun na NPP ekono wodi ti agro wodi ye campaign edi tia NPP njusha NPP lusu seat ni na baby aye galamsey bia ho seat NPP lusu ye and never ba bemu mutedia Minister of Lands and Natural Resources eka and we are ten any man no ensem ya worker but cho dia bo John Dramani Mahama His Excellency ni 2 videos ni na no kasafa galamsey ho e bra no de pre abemu aba no yembo ni entie se na meka no me na me di ntro anaso kansam bia na kanyia se obeka andei esmo kan no e hanti yen no but the videos na ready fegu mama na enko ni me da sipi
ezu ye ban omo chi omo galamsey no omo atu omumu ye be ma omo amnesty no omo asaba ezu Mojidi se emrabia omo fomye omo enu omo ho enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance ezu yeba omo chi omo galamsey no omo atu omumu yebe ma omo amnesty no omo asaba ezu Mojidi se emrabia omo fomye omo enu omo ho enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance ezu
your papa men dadamo and so ehia kokudro because one Senior Mikayan, gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of galamsey intina, we were 80 tons per year. I feel 135 tons. Additional, be brave free galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre, galamsey. Into Okotia galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with galamsey would also get unemployed. Into those are 2 consequences I'm putting on the table before we start the fight. The risks are worth the effort. The first thing is to make sure, say, forest reserves, omo mining of forest reserves, make us say forestry commission, almost say 37 forest reserves have been, entered into and destroyed. Into the first thing is to get them out. Now, you start to say, then the second thing is Enchill, and it's different people. Papa. Men dadamo. And so ehia kokudro.
President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yakwedi komombra na yeba sankomo yebeto aso. Berema akwekudu a the Ashanti Regional Organizer Mass Small Scale Miners Association. Kwekuti me kan pe matchen.
Major Sebu.
Oh yeah.
Oh me hoye pa.
Ede yami ase. Ashanti Region boko.
Ashanti Region boko. Nase holiday.
And then holiday 4th na holiday.
Yo bate.
So ko ejuma ko ejuma.
Bate.
Kwaku anopa ye ti galamsey ho enkomo. Na eba no sankomo isu a momo de ne de mo ye ne legal. Kwan ya efa so. Etu fam agudan mo de ne ye emra kwan so mo fa. Na so yan Ghana fo bi mo wa sabe nia ebinumu aya ne bone kwanso ne de mu na e de frase mu na mo ye galamsey eno ye discuss ye no ana ye wo ya pa se e wo se eba ne sa but nyame ya to on the 8th of July ye omampani eba inaugurate a gold board task force one more ebe go after gold traders one more muton gold enkumenkume mu a one more ton farmer gold board for no one more ba abeto mo so were na mo muso ye gold edwuma bi and a gold board so free ye minim se mo kom meetings ni bi ni ade a matie wo mo nkomo as compared to mo de na kane no na mo ton ma eye ankrankra sope no ona ma ayi sadwuma de omde so mani so yi eba ba boa oman no titirimu a mo ye gold edwuma no
yo meda wasena ma chia watifu nyina sadwuma de ya eba ya woka ho asem ya asema esopa sabe dwumadi a obedi a dise otemamfo nyina boa sɛ de eba ya obedi konkonsa na so bɛka ne yonko ho asem bi na waba bɛte ne gold na mo amano sika kakra ahye ne ho de na sɛ dwumadi na ngasa no enhye da enye papa bebre because so hwɛ e gold adwuma ya sɛ obi bɛtotɔ no gold na so obi mɛka ho asem sɛ nipa asmasi ana sɛ obenten sɛ onfa good agudie no so de kɔ hen so onfa ma ban de nipa mɛka ho asem kyerɛ o meti ho kyerɛ na emom ɛkɔtɔ nipa no so re na afei nipa na obɛka asem no so no wapɛtɛ fa kakra de ama no eba saa ɔman nyinaa bɛgigya ɛna nipa kora nkwa ɛsa wasenim na gold asem a ya na ɛka nansen bɛ na wotwe mienu ni gold ball stop say the crop for stop gold ni pansa if it's not the econo na enye because amanfo was bona ba form amanfo so be no e to gold na bra mo fanko enti na mo hunu ba bia gold no ye keep na so bia ye fa di free o mamu ha
okay
because gold and say kokro kra na e boto kakra no aye so no amanfo di free o mamu kra smuggle the ko enti say wo ka say gold o be ne touch pampe said ye be ya o say o benya o fa so twidie na obi so no so ye na dwuma abanya na o ma ne sika e dia say dwuma nim so fanye adwuma no pe gold no famra na so beti bo no so bebre na so no e be bokade a ekwan boni bi o fa so do free o mem ha bia no o de be free entine e ka kire on say ke be ya also Ghana for na kasa papa no kra de mo mie kwan kakra because investors no so mo ba na so on be so ye yasene a ma ye nso so enya bi se minia me no kasa yi se me investor na so no ba na so bagua me a e de ye be so ni nyina ye o man nkunto ni bia na ba ankwankwa na se ankwankwa se no ko e to good we a e yasem tese pa e da ho efi se sie tuma ma me fa se binya yi kakra na ba ka se o se yen stop man ni aye abaya dada etwamu na soja for no nkofo be na from omo de informants
okay
meti aka bibri ahwe wo nkwa efi se nipa no akọ tolin fidie en na sefo na so oye na se nipa no kwe na o ka se de asumasi ya adwuma bi e wo ha sei na so oye na se Vanguard na so pesi hot e be hire me ma pe se nipa no so bi ko tu ho kire pe se nipa ntumi hwe ne nkwa abra wo hu e chakwa bi ko nipa na ni ade ani bre na esa ade no enti e be ya adwuma a hyeye no se nko yi a enhye ni yi na emu se be ka se obi a odi good be to obi a bia no so wo hu na wo yetrami aba beka na peska ka kan fama na ebe bo ho ban de mambo pen ebe tindi abo ho ban ti se be bi ho na gold no so ba no to no to ni ya ma o manfo de a eno e ka hu hia so obi kura bete ho a kire obi a ka beton ama ba se bo no koyefo na se nyawo so na so lipa na sana na ya sa adwuma no na ko to gold no fofo sa de a emwa kwa
very well na o share tax force ya make one some say on the 8th of July ye baba inaugurate ya what chance mu kakra but the issue of extortion extortion say one more aba baby a one more eba be hwese osimesi na so benten wanam gold board mbra kwan so and what they ebeton no gold no and as a tax force one more eba sankrofo yi asuyi wa wonim Ghana fo ni sika o mema na kakra ma na we jane wo ba be ye ne ade na entino Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amekofibu ase one more ever provide ID system bia eno no ebe buama extortion sa the tax force no Womo aye no ebetumi abrase ana say ejai kra yehwe san komo mienu yisu because I am bebre bi no wa wo hwa and they we aba ochire we yisu aba say me so me tax force ochire we yisu aba say me tax force na ni na mo di gisika every small scale minus no eho ye ni komo
yo me do say as a tax force say me there ya dia let me say last week in this week you know ye dia be ho pa if you say tax force we crowd I mean about we buy quite tax force no there edutwem we are no aba sa emwa there's obviously swan or can say one day blue water or something like that
blue water
yes and no ya hunia ekosi e say for say some dey feel so say no good to talk the na say for also so na gas ba so entitam bia no say yes nipa boni for dom ho dey agim e say good way but no so ko yes good way but now confirm guys by na some be say the good na to turn say the panel to the good board and so to family good board that's when you know brand who say sumasi and as a group way na you omo now be here no so be me no miensa the problem ba because if you mu ne to good no
okay
and you be fear so there won't mean can say that bia urudu we will say guys and as the task force won't mean we how urudu sa e ba sa e de pete be na e be ba e ti hono pa de omo fe yi no mo tre se e yankofu kuwi na ehwe se de be ya omo ba ofi anya say pa bonefo esa na domo dey ejim because who be free our site obu a be hunu so task force so be chilo no na onye task force so you go police force so who be and who say dey pakosi em say abanda da e mu sana national security for the soldier phobia mo so yam ho alo kono ho ya na ye chi wo mo a obi anso ma wo mo soldier for na fake soldiers wo we are saying say we handle over eno de nyame no omo deal omo edise ni pa twe omo so ma e ho say na say we mu so de e say one day task force be makoma ko be miensa to 9 and be ba site e do who said your head papa ni na say do head papa e ti so man hwe yi na so de saade ne ko good little num saade a e de pinche kese pa na bebre o man no
very well. We a Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Nasmo working here. About some agent fisudin and also to be before front and nam. Oh no, they acquire body cameras near dear. Unia, is it not Western of State Resources be? Sir, you say task force but aqua show more mouton gold illegally near the body cameras are bobo moho. So and so can be extortions near dear. A Juman Mona Moye, winning the dynamics, the nitty gritties of a Jumana Moye no. Where the boy mine no in a way.
We dear, more man on them crowd small scale man is for because then you share any security as how are your man it here. I had the camera, Ebabobo, and the camera Besaba. A book while Pluton now also on your side, you man mount. Or no ocean or the monitor will be fee. I will not and the command and Paboni for crime, you have a trash in the Pacro Friday. So, and today I can't be. Man, no, I year because since Paboni for my frame, that's all the cameras are come every man for fee, and I will be also too good piano, and I will go to work Giminano. We are no being the sky, the Ewan home. But good no, send a tiny baton go there. If you want to be that this kind of man, it's Tambiano, ye good to Tono, who may be a ton good and be brave. You say be our calling kitten more on about your draw. Good Abuboa, also had a ton from a good year. The Basia ton a Cassium Kakrana calling him, say, 1 kg, 1 kilo in a say 40 day. Oh, because a few minutes okay, and so no tongue. A good deal with 2 Rema or being who say, Okoye, Togo, that Okotongo. That's a sound for the camera, Elbow. That's all the camera near every sea or normally a few. I feel dear because some good in some sono. That's a some fufra. Almost society information so many pagophobia. I mean, I got to ask for Kobe to swear the ESO. It is almost at the end of the year, and I make us so much really. What's that? I know we need at their moment.
Very well. Well, good, Madam Walker. Now, the fight against Galamsey generally. NDC war position, no, when we come with you, Mudi Yafa, Galamsey Kono, my videos, me and you be crowd of Fias, see, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama call a doom bounce to a mere minimum of face. Woman, we are galamsey no, oba, woman amnesty, and this is and Komobia, a year Yasum Dada, when ye as Dada, a way internet and so be an opiano, where you are calculating with TB. 2. A brand new campaign platform so can say per se to galamsey so sa. I was here to me action mienu because 1 yen gold export no gold ya do come no na 80 tons. Galamsey for the befre mu a e 135 tons. Nti yan hwe difference na wo mu no say ye be hwere na say ha o man dia fine wo ba obetu galamsey so sa. 2 unemployment rate no embebunu no dodo na ye galamsey. It is a woba no betu so sa dia na fa say otrimu say unemployment rate among the youth no ebeko soro pa. It is why crowd for all these things there and galamsey kono oba obetu so sa. And the end ya edidi etimu se na ade no so daniel for that angle no wadama galamsey kono why na amana ye dem pa e wo manyim
yo meda was pa question we dey modu na entremo si etenten pa say o man no so man kasa Ghana kasa no ya na enokure bi nyedai eni ho si ehwe tama aban dada no e wo na ekono osa na ni breso pa na kayi nyina Ghana fo nyina eko a osaye se kabutu ase na nam se amanyosem emwa emasade nyedai enkoso na ye kwa minus na ye nim obo se opposition na ye and this for awatri no mo asore ebia o minus ye moduma na mo jama ma siso mo ne ma yese na so omo kagumu a na minus so na se galamsey no na se itrim otuna de say bia opposition ye de kabima na aban no asan a left band no na ya ba adwuma ye adwuma kama ensan chebia na position kro na asan so esu ne hu no esu ne sei na makotu ama santrofo ya amasan so na mo se ka na aban no san de asrafo abegum omde begum wa no position asan sorry adan na mo ha mebro ni sa ni nyina ye ade a omo enka adwin mom ne hise no maye wa hwe se ye be tama ye be to ba mo no organize labor Professor Jampo nyina mo edim akotre na mo so dim nyuma nyina egu ho sad time na ye ko esmasa small scale miners ne ne tufuma gudie nyina no obi ape bi kakra ko ene na busuan dai akodi
okay
so na oman no mu nyina adwumayefo abadwumayefo nyina so omdom no ma nyina begu o hwe anamọ wa nipa tuye ewura mu se no ade odi ne kese beba because yana omodwe a trace say really say na tande beba anwo bese de be bata bunya ni mo no akanye enye easy any rule mu na so still organize by 40 days on be strike on be dom no manyina be go mo man na dey abonyenye so na no sa organize labor no so omo way
okay
ade no ya no ma mienu e ma yesika me de ball man Ghana no ho bra enti ade ewo mu ni se ye be hwe kwan papa so a ye san se sika ne ye dia hwe mabunu no ne posisi wo mu yi se de be ya o mu nse ye nsuo ene o mu nse ye nsase so obonika eja ho asem kakra bi my hwe ha what fire is a good servant but sometimes it can be a bad master so enti nam se enti eja wo anye mfiri ni pa brabom ba wo ye ho fire extinguisher no ma bi ababa ho ban ete ho asrafo from Ghana Fire Service so what I say se be bo ho ban ni jakro na ye benya amana boa ye asetena mu na ho oye ne no so ya teso amana ba from sentiment eni yenya sana e good the same so kote eto kan ya na mu enchiremu pa eno no
gogu anopai komo wei ekotwetwe ba ye bra na miankasa mede mani di ekire wo hweredu krom eno no empo fiancé constituency menya sure so onim ho na galamsey omo yihye okuro no so no me fancy why na ye di san komo na chinti no ye tumi yin sem ni na mpie ekira asam ye no obedi ho komo why
yo
me da say baba
so that's pa so me kwanya baba
bere makwakutu a aye the Ashanti regional organizer Emma the Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana ene no kokodi enkomo no na san komo we ye besa ba na yaba betoa so yabekɔ akɔdi nkɔmɔ ne yɛwura Samson Anoma, an astute economist, and na akɔdi nkɔmɔ yarefa numbiofoɔ wɔn chart no fato so emame. Ghana ranked 12th in Africa with the highest cost of living. Nti no cost of living folder no bomodi afato to so mame medase pi. And they African countries baako eduenu emiensa 23 Numbio being the largest cost of living database no. One ma yes hwehwemu no a omo kyerem se Africa ha oba omanga na mu a ebibere man a mu asetena eden pa no yetoso num dumienu na wom Accra is the fifth most highest city a the cost of living no awo soro pa yaba bedi sa komo yie na me yakwa ma no so Dr. Samson Anoma an astute economist and a pay any Indian commodore and a put me come matching.
Enyado.
Unime, Enyado Swan, Jimmy. Pia. Dog Bibia Boko, dear.
Enyado, me, pa.
The body and Kumasi. Dog, and a pay about 10 and come me, no. Did it kind? Say, I sit the moon. I am a son, I buy papa ba. Sana omo kano sa aban papa ba. Yet no, I sit them, I am ready, amayen. And they almost inflation no 18.4%. Yes, see the dollar no so no see the young who are doing and an trade now so 10 cedis 30 pesos. Now so Usha Sanomani na no chia a tour out to a good gun of first one nay 1st July. Ya de best chance ya de kind 15% VAT on non-life insurance and on the move France yadi 2.45% on electricity on move France yadi 2% on petrol and a year 5% on diesel. Come back for so a predict send there. Move France here. 5% excise tax duty and also excise implementation is and the France in Tenam so. I'm a locally manufactured a year plastics no. Almost 7%. Doc, yanka sanko na mbomni ya cost of living our main mono. Numbio for the abase yatoso dumienu. When it comes to ratings now, our Africa to do me no. Madam ya cheche mu kakra.
Yo, me da say no match atifo. The all kan nyina so ne say eye asetremu said the niema bo den said the ka bo da bia wo sori a wo didie wo da ne ade ho ka no. So we share amaya atwa Ghana African or kan nyina bo ma e de na to so do me Accra kwa de fa Accra kwa city no dia on the otoso num Accra cost of living is very high. Actually say the bema Accra especially my Accra the bema Accra cost of living very high and say Accra no I no capital Ghana has kanyina hona we Ghana has ika hona mo spending no
okay
enya dia obey evenly spread kwa we say natural say capital no sika but Ghana there as sika nyina the nation nyina Accra de gina there's a lot of money chasing fewer goods in Accra in the first place. A lot of money chasing fewer goods. We say goods what they but because of what Accra no esododo anything no obia nya na dia no price in the room. No price in the room because nipa bisu wo ha also sika obetua whatever it is no also sika sika dey no so obetua anything no ama Accra cost of living is very high. Secondly, no Accra area on one say farming activity no any workers. Eti baby about this either imported or from hinterlands now ya transport to that place. The cost near at the was no. Anything Accra there said the ebe cost na ekoso na ebe koso sa se niema se so man se amo mudi so anhwe niema mu and spread the oman no ne ye resources evenly na bibia ya Accra o ba so mani afra ase munim se omu free tamale omunim se omu free say other places
omunya sika Accra won ko anom ko spend no a problem and the crowd back or 2 for last stop about 2 years back rock kind or cut their politicians hey Munyasika modesty and kind water Munyasika not a more other things the most spreading Ghana na Ghana nya crown
nice
man a skewed a year I say ya morning in our share and crying and no tea be on cost no be high I won't cry and secondly no and nam said Tikani nyina won kran na de aka no ewo de aka kakra bi na ba de omo ata ensem no ama omo so tikani omo nsem ento omo ya aduma ya omunya ampaso kwa na atone omunya mostly farmers omunya omo aduade ha na fa harvest na atone kakra bi omunya skana omo spend ya mtoto fees ya nasa na afi niema bozo cost because imports and you depend na omukoto a na ye den na ama cost of living so akoye high and na Africa nyina so no ya koto so 12 no nti obi ka say inflation about 18 ye wato ya there be masa one just one item malt me I remember say malt bottle ye na about 8 cedis about January February and then I told 13 and say 13 cedis. Now because I'm saying inflation above from dollar above from dollar na above from no. Masa a good say dollar above from na above from ni nyina ne say eye niema bi aga na ha no na omode dollar eto no eno na omo to no omonya ho boto na ye no atisi dia no de ye fa dollar nya hwe ye fa dollar nto hwe omukotua bode na so omukotwa bode ne ba omo fa dollar ni hu dollar sem bia ni hu na no me ko market na me bi say na we say ne ma ko from banchi ni ade omo hwe na banchi de dollar na to eti banchi boya din bode boya din ade ni di boya din eti e wo say omo check inflation so wo hwe a enye de ne to ta no na obo na mo item by item food yendi no eno na affecting the papa na food inflation is still also
yeah
me 18 eju a obeka se nema ba fam no na ze wo hwe nema ye nema bo wo so ye ukototo nema and even building materials and cement cry o say a obeka se dollar akofam anything nema bo gusu high ndi we no inflation ya de gimmicks anything say unya tika Keniye because there's a summary of money tax near Gadia by Warrior Edmifo. Now, no, make Edmifo. I feel now your mama wouldn't say what is happening way near back. A cowway taxes near there would about Buano. They will boss we cry a 25% in total. Now, Uto Akapia, Uko my poor Utio Moka Katema 10% the whole year. Na to niema mu sei na fe wouldn't tax I would say ever na katua so only 10% na odema no the whole year no na o person say cost of living no enya high because tax yi ena ema niema bo akosoro you say ya mo say niema o from okay fine empa say niema na from but sa tax ya wo bo so nyina na ebe start this year this month just no benya impact e benya esusanso e won niema yeto ye price ye say e ko from no e pesa nya esusanso be say pja na kosoro because ade bia ye benya as a benefit kra through the niema e bia dollar e be from ne ade no mama na buy person mo dey na no nka so mo dey 1 cedi bi ba ya so o mo say petrol bo abo from
D11
o beji sa benefit free enya free o beji free ensem because ye dey yedi yenya dom the tax ne ba befa eno akọ se kenya mi adom na Israel fokoto bomba e kana ka sa break yegusu ye started to but still ano o mo approve sa bill na o ye den a aye law o betimi I implement it any time just suspended and almost started all these things and no so ba bom e no ro e ka bom ama ye ho akire ye mo ahokyere no and unka bom no ya hoche na yakeka bom a afei na say ye dey be so it say team na ebe koso so because oman no politicians they don't tell the truth omo opposition na omo ka say obi nye ni ye na hwan na oba na obehun the same thing na fe ohihye saa ayina saa de abagu so na obehun say more besa ba
doc ma membre mu ha na ehwa de oh say na wo bobo and near to TV no so ye concerning Accra being the fit being at the fit position say when it comes to the living standards now Accra is the fifth most expensive city in Africa in terms of rent in Kwampono.
Yes.
And the Argentina and expensive because you see and I know no man pay for the 15% a year VAT and the Bible to a year non-life insurance so and I know say rent and I say a dying so insurance manual a non-life insurance ni na account yes it's na utia e be a premium of this amount okay 15% on that premium now the account if you also the best money amount
exactly we transferable tax they be call the consumer no
yeah
yes sa na makos no koso ana mayo se madika ka say Accra no enam say eye as baby a wo pese wo trantintina ho no wanya adwuma na say wo pese wo tra Accra everybody wants to live in Accra because ho na sika no eti obepe sika ana sika so kuta no eti wo price ni say ya obeba ko pese na tua and so wo pe dan kitwa bikura da mu Accra almost 800 to 10,000 in a month rent a month yes. And because this 15% that buy out, yeah, we boss this year.
Yeah.
In conclusion, maybe I will say, Accra no continue expensive, and if this continues, a bit my 50 first engine.
Nina no ekefua dem ma asetinem so edin pa because say no mo ka che no de yehu enema na yehu ni. Yes, we have 30.6%. I was social media, so we fail you. No wonder say you're at the 12th position. A man maybe a train who in our crampona, Mrs. Sam, and Cressa won't to me a deal, but you're any day. Yes, I'm Papa Biaba. And yet to swabba.
Papa na ocean was a need piano, say, and never work of Nasa markets, Nasa and Power, who's a never work for no to whom because media me come market. I mean, Munisa. I didn't know about catching or brad didn't say. But I am a decent okay, me deep politicians, be no more ya pa. Oh, say NDC. One more opposition, and someone more kaya. Now the Dr. Kufado ate some rent or the BBF friend National Rent Assistance Scheme. I buy say. At least over to me Saxena when you be kakra na also dear tria wodanka for a year or two. National Rent Assistance Scheme NRAS. What is year propaganda or memo campaign? Sir, and now to Akofa Ibiaba and I'm going to Professor KD because some person will access here. Also your registration. Now registration will be 300 cedis for processing near there. And this is for someone to say, and I'm a campaign, edit and ra. Na me share TVB na me twemu na me sapatre na koto. Me de me twemu se wono nya de bia yansasem bia na mo ka woti no. Twemu. Your friend Loud and Silence o said yan. Taylor ni TV no share ne yire dwan na wo ye no. Yo. And watch that this excise duty nim say 5% no crampon sha. I say 20% because Ghana for ye Jimmy sabe and ye didi di urabem. Na Jimmy Akaraba so de ne didi mu and this and that and what church him so no tia brochire into him send yakura rubber Ghana for to rubber gu basa internet okoto plastic ayibia no a ya de 7% ebeto from endeko na so onu chire mu o ama na suit Ghana for say yanjin tum because na ban and aba so politics of convenience Ghana I don't know politics of convenience is if you are who trade now no whatever it is can perform and until or more who say I won't to be my name of Bianco from or more you who can me madam who approach America catch them say hey name I say no say yemre be also Ghana nema ba from yes dollar ba from is o maka ma say America for no get to say this say hocha aba Ghana ha no and me won say NDC for tini fiemu kasa den wo Ghana ha bra o nim say mo e kan yan kontompo na so etimi kosa because 2016 we make about o utimi ye green book omutimi ye gimbu diye de pass ade ye akwa ye we na so akwa bia mpokura mani ho enti NDC fo ehwe menwa ngoma bi wo ho a me de me gi se ehwe menwa se enia enye no krepa no so omutimi tiemu ka so ade no aba na ewo ho na ye nyina ye experience ewo ho eno de to be frank menwa kakra efa NDC fo ene o mabao menwa yi
and this for the do much ya bekan sem bebre look yan fa no fan konkon na yan kwai ni mo sem from na I think say we dey bebo ne tew ebere no nti 24-hour economy such a slogan and this for e be talk Ghana for yemu bi adwen or the asempa na bo 24-hour economy asempa so no dey abeyi and then almost munya 400 billion Ghana cedis, that is $4 billion na yetumi dey implement 24-hour economy enra yero gusitando ena cheche sansemi me sure say kasa mo the video no to so bra na wo kasa no dog ma me tell
you me be the first thing $4 billion no what say baby o ba munya free ba mo the 24-hour economy
say a trend ye start ayo nti no woni Canada ho de na so ma da ye no
because on my John Mama ese ne 4 year ni nyina the over did a big push
yes
and near 10 billion and na what did be adwuma na say who samen one for in 24-hour economic crunch move family who baba kan go the 4 billion the out of 10 billion what for 4 billion and there's a big push program so they no plan na ekoya big push program no nyina no almost enya ibim enyina na so bi
okay
and can say 24-hour economy dey o akasa asem nyina na say o person say hard to get hard to do enya dey emre say bit maye how the person say
okay
how because me ni say 24-hour economy o ma announce na that is 24-hour Ghana 24-hour economy aba I know person say waka ti at least also kan ho asem bi kire na mom ni yen timi nye because who sika no so $4 billion and over 5 free
me no ya give chance me try me no ya adwen pa me so anu sie de but you see Ghana ye brave restructuring what ye nyoma bebrebe oh manyum all because ye pay $3 billion if the IMF Bra and say to me akaka nyoma de asisi ani and so mo ja to mu reach the staff level agreement and say kai and come in trenches 360 bako 600 eba we iba na who pay $4 billion wabra wonche bebe yes candidate free
e wo dey 2 years 24-hour economy don be ya na say on be secretariat obuti secretariat na o ma catch us oh adwuma mo dada mutimi 24-hour no mo mra na mo ba na ya he na support bia e betim da support mo no na ya support mo na afi mo start a tire niema o be convince say na America no say do betim ya green book no market can some sim say oh Ghana there oh but Ghana the whole Africa you na 24-hour economy and so bako ba bia na 24-hour bia ni ho say the o person mo kan no etimi de me nyim tumunne enyim tumita unreasonable unrealizable unrealistic enti me mfa nya adwuma
I'm Ghana frontier says ye ne an astute economist and kasa no Dr. Samson Anoma enti ba chani what can be ano tena supem emfa nya amanyo sem wo bebia wo tie ne bebia wo hwe no emwa but asema wo kemi wo eho follow up at the mount ye fra owura no Abdul Nasser Alidu were head of strategy and programs Emma 24-hour economy secretariat no in secretariat say na wo kan ya tiewie yenya head of strategy and on the down and programs what say Ghana's economic structure hindering job creation 24-hour economy secretariat a strategic CEO manager what say senior the economic structure ni ECT no ɛyɛ den paa ma yɛn sɛ yɛbɛtumi ama Ghanafo anya adwuma ayɛ. Such a person ɛyɛ director in charge of strategy and programs ɛwɔ 24-hour economy secretariat.
Right.
ɛkyerɛ bi
de kyerɛ ne sɛ saa secretariat no akɔyɛ ɔmo ankasa ka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ saa secretariat yɛatea metia no deɛ ɔka ne sɛ ɛnyɛ de bɛtumi ayɛ hwee o because ɛyɛ adeɛ ɛden ɛna ɔmoakreti ɛna ɔmode atena no nti nyadeɛ bɛtumi ɛde akreti adwuma ama mo sɛdeɛ mo ka ne campaign no mu sɛ yɛbɛtumi de akreti nnwuma no nti asɛm ɔka ne nkyɛ sɛ ano no because 24-hour economy mode ba no mo se eno na ye game changer eno na mo de be nnwuma ni adade afei mo ba ma hya se mo te secretariat no na secretariat no general secretary and general administrator ono to say enya dia 24-hour economy ni betima ma adwuma na endene se betima de be nnwuma ma Ghana dia dem no mo kan tell dia dem na o mo kan tell se sad na fama mirage paf eti omo ye omo ka said ye omo ye bibi said ye bibi na that said omo ye women's bank omo ka start women bank omo say only 51 million e dey na betima ye o research department kura president ngwa omo be 78 million what that say
president say 2.7 billion
ayo
2.7 billion PR no Felix Kwachofo sinema no 78.8 billion no
really 2.1 billion what you need is as you go work on research for propaganda for any already next statistician public statistician no so what you need and this in the abesho
you're enim you need
what the propaganda is abesho the inflation anyone was within just about by the end of this year because I call 11 me catch on the propaganda inflation figures no muiba me catch on go forward they will build the figures for us creative accountants no more there but I told first we creative accountant or babe creative mama but moment fee ni na yen hwe na yehunu se nkontompo no muta na oman ye nyina ye dia wo se ndomo mu di enim no ka nokore ekere yen omo ka nokore tere a wo se yesu nya akomapa na afi se ere mo mato so ato so na se omo twa nkontompo tere dia enu kwase e man nkontompo ni di enim eno ye no me e ma yen eti ye de Ghana for ye betu Ghana for se mistake eni ye ya mo me afi ye ni so mo ka nokore fine you're right say it's more so but in contempo there me dey metu Ghana for Ghana ni bia for so obi odi wani mo twa contempo tell the ball what to the baby kwa
all right dog and paying common air de me fa unsi ye beto ase me ad mo china
yo mate
me da city bye bye Dr. Samson Anoma an astute economist ba no kontabuo oman hihye ye sikasam ne ade a odi ma akotene pa woni ne edi enkomai fa no the rank na numbio for edi aba me dey ka chese numbio no the largest data womo edi adwuma fa no condition of service ehun ntino ehun komobo ene ekobo no the world's largest cost of living database ene ekokodi ma yankwa video ni mra me ba cho yewura gusitano ebra na wo kase benya 4 billion they are implementing 24-hour economy no se video na ready abacho mu roli ma ye ni entie ba na yatwan komo so edi amamo some for 3 minutes past the hour 7 Western in the morning esunye nti yaro dem rolling out now
we looking at for it to cost if we put any figures to it.
Let me take that. The total estimated investment required over the next few years is about $4 billion times 10, so 400 billion Ghana cedis. And we hope it stays that way. And most of this is going to come from the private sector. One of the problems that investors have had in working in Ghana, and I'm sure all of you have heard that because of the unpredictable and incoherent incentive regimes and also the high costs of operating in Ghana, including the under-table payments and requests and corruption. Although some companies have left and gone to Ivory Coast, where it's easier to do business. Our aim is to reverse that. And so one of the key components is one, a coherent, practical, transparent incentive regime that is based on performance. And as NASA said, with very little discretion. So we remove the corruption component out.
We're looking at for it to cost, if we've put any figures to it.
Let me take that. The total estimated investment required over the next few years is about $4 billion times 10, so 400 billion Ghana cedis. And we hope it stays that way. And most of this is going to come from the private sector. One of the problems that investors have had in working in Ghana, and I'm sure all of you have heard that because of the unpredictable and incoherent incentive regimes and also the high costs of operating in Ghana, including the under-table payments and requests and the corruption, some companies have left and gone to Ivory Coast, where it's easier to do business. Our aim is to reverse that. And so one of the key components is one, a coherent, practical, transparent incentive regime that is based on performance. And as NASA said, with very little...
Anytime you're about to see a boss on your way, you do maybe a cassa say, open my jump, oh no, jump, and answer jump, yama. To cry about buying. May you come away, Mratuna, Yamatras, or you dear, because we didn't eat here. But, and yan here, a one human mona, or more implementing. Kwaku Boate, a year, one a year penia, or share the Alliance of Drivers Union, one of the a young PR, Casamafo, Edma Womo. Go on a pay match.
I do so.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't come home. This was here.
About the other me, and where pa. Now, Uko so be where dear.
We are so good, but that's so Juma. On the doing any bank on Nikita. We went to Meno. A man divers of Ghana and Yankee Casa de Maya divers. Eh, Juma, anything we are come Minia.
Medase. Kwaku Boateng and Nene Kaso PRO Emma Alliance of Drivers GH. Kwaku anope about nkyɛn na ɛyɛ Komakfoɔ one more predictions a one more ayɛ na yɛ hwɛ sɛ ɛbɛkɔ mmɔnten so nya kwakɔhwɛ the various boards ahodoɔ fuel stations na yɛbɛhwɛ mo boards no sɛ nsakyerɛ abade a we are yet to do that but Komakfoɔ no kyerɛ mu sɛ ɛnne yɛ me no ka sɛ ya 1st July Petro ebgo no ebe shoot 2% eba beka ho na diesel so 5% enne ebe beka ho aside all these things no ye na enim asete etimu ye say aban papa bi aba 2.45% electricity ebe wato ka no ko insurance dia ma no no ye jo 15% VAT and so danten and they wo ma mu use plastics no so ye 5% excise tax e dia to so a on switch them so mu page ma 7% no ma to de ma consumers no wonu say de ne ye asenkafo de no mate bi say ya anamontuo ban na mutu ne mpremprem mu
ana wa se mane wa se yin chino ne san fa wen ka ho DVL for so I say sport fire ke maybe a trade na 40 Ghana cedis no o ma page mu de ko 240 Ghana cedis DVL for the Tongo Guamonte. Say that when not a card person, we that when na wabaminem, Yaquani, that when you go to Bamlem na, and I'm say, we like the worker that here, where and the Bob Wunchi. Bob no quite shiki, na, big Latin so proud of the meaning. There is Yaona Sani na, Wakano, Wakasita issue, Wakano, and you see what for. Okanji okana sibeti ye tese enema 99 charges e work ahun afi kasi e chi abanka siwa ibitiri nya sa charge ni di chi abanka na abanka de jan so ko fi no uda beni tese anko fo hia na sa fo so ebu oka ho a ye si charge ba ku bia 240 Ghana cedis
and the wish you are charging Coco Numa as a charging Coco Tana. And one as the winning scale is away ceremony at the mouth. As a one I bet you says he can and Sunday Jal Circle. I had the much shy at the back. Now of Arrow who say 2024 election, that was for a part of campaign. And that was for the Galam. A poor TV radio station here comparison here campaign demand this in your Mahama. Not a means to say on the theater and about the time. 2 and 2 million. Whatever my police station, they are costing. Nansana 12 city, 27 pesos. When it was about 12 city, 38 pesos. You go so monetize as a lot of friends for Nanka near you. Nanka, say, Petro never go for my code 10 city, 80 pesos. And 9 city, 80 pesos. I'm sorry at your friends as a nether. And of course, I couldn't trust in 99 pesos. And they 50% at 2 friends. So I do one son at your friends, but I don't say. If it to me, I'm many people couldn't be a question to me. But the kids are to me, no. I say, I see until our friends, so I'm a really big idea. MC near a point for colonization. I could cheer our for something to motivate our friends. It doesn't mean yet. It's in the Aposono. We have Manita, Wafa. We shall could do 14 cities in inquire. Not a friend to move about. That's a young to me and young to also. No friend come where near to Sonema Bonko. Every year, make a top pampers. Yeah, the Boncolano. Now, 25 cities, this is 27 Ghana cities. You can't India, there, half a minute, and wait half a minute. And she never won and call from. But a man say, me, I have to offer my dollar for your bread. And you see, Kakana, Nigeria, Jamahano, on court, you know, baby. But making a cut under better than our for your sexy form. And so, see, I'm here. Yamemre and Emma, Linear.
Now, my baby said this question, it baffles my mind. My moon is in Kakra. Adentina, a bangway, oh, near what Califa, a shank of one who saw about Obama mo ye dear swing yan a pan or buy an no Adane a family because and yet this government on Kwa, a baby ababian, or pomo, quincy bianoa. A yan no more shank of formal side, you know, and one more edifa. One more tone in Niane, one more tone. A year spare part na dear no. Won't we be fan for? And I know that Minister of a friend saying trade and industry and agribusiness. Well, say the kind of a market I operate to Ghana Hano, the liberalized type, no, and into being to me, so will be say one thing in your mouth so and also want to. But I don't think I can afford you to be someone teso and I'm to. What is the problem?
Oh, that was for any come up for Tina, a more TV remote control. Yeah, there are 4 come up for another 4 King Boomer. A politician to me, and yes, a remote control. I don't know for any come up for. Of a dinner, politician, yeah, what to me, that's the name of the manner. Adawa for. Power dear, party your power and watching Adawa for. Chair, the chairman of Casay. Casual as a dear chair, 634 Ghana cities. This is the cost 710. I never for it. I didn't say Bansa. Upon we dear buy it and to moon what the pressure got our bosom. After the 4, anybody, and I say, any shell so for this American campaign. Papa, I'm nodding, because I know to me, what turn to me, will you sell like whatever to Monsieur Chebupi? Yeah. Oh, at the end of the day, so also on the part, you be a mouth. I don't know if I can say. Obi okuta taxi yes 100 cities. Musume swane de detective e tran na Ghana send them. One akatia no so we. The top money dey kwantuma pon e top petrol na ye pa de e be kensem no. And no make aka yes ye de bobo no de share ma e wo school. Ye de hwe ye no mo kwato. Ye de to de me ye no. But empanifo politician yo man so me teach up on e free bottom. Papa adai. This is another for their plan of the they say, yes, not in front of the new from New York, Manian Robert, and I said, my pan and penny for the Over another thing, get 24, so the apostle there, almost to be my aim. Most and talk for Madame Bedino after me. I mean, I want to meet you and I want to meet media. I mean, Shiramo. Your phone won't to me, I mean, Shirano. Why and I'm cutting my aim. Now, I don't put me the answer, your baby pet, and answer your baby, also to not from a hotel of vessel. Number 4 since a money is subsidy free petrol so no. A man you quite that that's what to from an assorted petrol so. There's a number for a trial and a buy a room control if you for bank court. And it's only a buy the because your woman can book and cut. That by on chain. That's what to me. It's just come at GPR to Yenny man Fata. In Nayano. About what time that's one. Yeah.
Kebwate na mami bisa this question in fancy. You were here, ya better my true drivers or he.
Oh, let's say
David Aguado over here. Akwadanya me over here. Yara Imoro Abbas over here. You see, I sent a funka bomukono. Don't wanna no one me nya chum amen to sabe. One way hypocrites. Because Yaba Batroba December mu ana David Aguado. One wedding kai ekobon ho adeja o radio station bia ne mfoni buy na circulate because wasina na do dan kwaku fado etrimodini ana nei wato fuel buom wabra no onim perfect eye on how be and on man no ekomu enu tenam so ma fuel bo ayati edu 23 cities no enso David Aguado ekobon na do dua o radio station because asantimemu ana aka memu no Opo ho adeja eye nome ene duabo ama nipa kora wo ya sa wo ye kire no akire no eyi efe ne sei ya barema men kai interview bia me na anye wo radio so anytime bia wo ba ban na chi because wasena na do timu eden akwadan yame won so the same thing document ene wo mo a wonom akeka omo wo emphasis ya mamisa sa question we
Opa, enya ugbo nyina edi amanya da fono do mu yefunu. Wetin ya kan 100% na NDC for the show machi. Ana mo ye ne no mo ye no. But NDC for mo ni na ho. But I say about one as all them politics ho. Tana da wa foko bi ma for granted. Edi amanyokwachi eye campaign emu odin bi mo mo se na be on baba ba mu. But that time MPP abana wo ekura bam omwa bam a resource na ekura mo sano nana omada wa for committee exam ma omo mu that the na ya bali man ne ko point ni ti di pa eso agwezi edogba edi abubo nyina edi a no mo selfish omo ye funu omo wi adaba ko no ene di si ba pa akura so re ni omo ya it is omo me because no fair petrol buo fuel buo ejira 98% per liter. Akosua kodu 99% per liter. Agawa for ehwe kokwesi ama that time road and transport minister. Oni ehia na ye dey petrol 50%. Etisi etiswa se ba kuma be 98% na 10. E ko jina 27% dey share 10 pesos. Oba. E ko jina 27% dey share 10 pesos. But if you are clear, everybody just shut up when you press read and a press conference that never be one person for it in channel. And the accompanied on we are full and no more than them, and they are full of Yamiadum. They saw we are full of more, some more damage. A monkey and yes, now when you accompany them.
Very well.
Me see, I do a money, I'm a folk who am I ready to make you try the same thing as your government in power. And the political party more money now. Na ahoma so wo mne robo mu ay fo mo fo mu nya suspect no Mrs. Abaton Bati na se executive to go to read so biarusu that's nya tuma e so mo nya maba obi eri.
All right Mate kogu acha na pemia na ase
Yakubu Onshira na Onshira producer minia
na ase bye bye kogu aten PRO kasama Fred ma Alliance Drivers GH abana sawa amani ampon ebetena se na yede nkomode aka ato ase de bokrata mo boso no ba abeto aso de ama some 59 minutes past the R7 yawo bomade afa taxes ni na fegugu suma me wadaroma ye ne baako and then GRA for the fifra sema 15% VAT on non-life insurance 1st July. And now so near Bompaye. You call go Bompaye, we pay, you be a comb. I just say, away na. And I don't know we are. now the 2.45% on electricity and they umubu yakom aje 2% on petrol and 5% on diesel and they yakobo empire atwe nyakropon say wo ma my Ghana mu enro nso na John Mahama e de sa taxes we de gu nchen a wo twen ye free pa baba ye no an obi yakom no ababeje and they 5% excise tax on plastics. Into what we use to plastic a bia no product bia no we betua 7% because one more manufacturer say one more 5% now aba beto o mu media so dia almost pejam akọ 7% and on yen and betua any taxes ahodo a John Mahama say yankobo mpa ye mra ye beba no ye chi say na esitie me da say nti ya wodo be google so dia ma na ebedepem yetumi de honkomo abena sawa amani ampon atena sabna good morning.
Good morning.
Oye.
Me hoye.
Always beautiful.
Thank you.
Succulent. So saturated. Nsuo gina wo mu pa.
Me da say.
What you say? Because nsuo gina mu what you say?
Say me.
Why no me. I say dia ba e de gu nsuo mu ayi me kai class 6 ache o me kai ya no but ache. Ana madam fu bi ka kire ga bi. That time na me nim ade e fe no oba na isa no no. Oka kire ga ni say wasori.
Wasori.
I say I was sorry. Also mom ka wasa. Wo wasori. Say ga no susu no onim de antia say wasori. E no ko ka kire class 6 teacher no. Me do nyame. Anopa bia bo ne ba pe first no bu kneel down. Ne twan be 15 when the chi. Anopa bia ba no bu kneel down ne twan be 15 when the chi. Ya de ne to aso be 1 week. And say teacher ni kire mu say yes sir again waso. Anu small boy ne hunu say oba na so. Nkola bonesem sa abre sa na ti o anopa yi koma ye die yi die na obeka ho asem na afi de obokra temu nsem no ato aso
Ne odi twa to ya na meka ho asem.
Okay yango
Who say Mawindi Kenchia. Mamenchia na me etiefo ni ahwefo nyina kwaba. And na Tuesday. Tuesday edition of Western in the morning and then so 1st July 2025. Me anaji mi ra dem man no.
Oh, sir. Aden.
Man, because on sa brabo de nka ye boko yenim. Nso ka me akoye say obi bi o Ghana wo ye adwuma bia na brabo ne ye bosan ye chi. Aden tia, market ye ntum. Nso abai ba ye 6 months taxes nko wo de aba. Me che market you manasa. Nti me ye de ada.
Adan wo kwada na.
Aha. What I say? Na wo mu krampa ye to wo market you mu mpu no. Ya san age ne ye de ma wo mu na san age ne abanda da ne de ma wo mu ne bi kra ka ho. She taxes are yasan de aba. Mo na mo ka kire ye say every 3 months a PURC for a review one tariffs no as a result of IMF your core your conditionalities ni bia e no mo de ma ye dem kra ye betua 3 months IMF conditionalities ni say every 3 months ye review tariffs no from May to July e do 3 months
dabi
from 3rd May to July 1st e do 3 months e wo se nyina mo kane ye boye sanso tutum
dabi
e do 3 months e wo se nsuo bu okosoro
dabi
ye de VAT asan de abeka ho gas bo okosoro nti e be de ne yera dem a yetumi ada e be de ne yera dem a yetumi ada na me kaipan said during the campaign time no President John Dramani Mahama ka kire ye say journalists bi ebisa ne say 24-hour economy no sika dodo san ye be hia ye betumi e di aye implementation no o ka kire ye say it is not an event. May share that video naba.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I say it is not an event. Say preocupen ye no. But it's a process. Bibi I say the guna.
Yes. Inti ye ntumi nkyere say sika dodo say.
Okay.
Ene ye be hia e di aye. So why is Yera Gusitano? E ka kire say we need or say 4 billion US dollars.
Yes.
Ne etumi dia ye 24-hour economy. Do she tell you say mpenifo no mo nka no kre. Ye mpenifo no mo nka no kre nkyere yen. Inti ye wo mo kasa ye ntie mu yie. Ansana ya to abade ama wo mu
na ono 4 billion okonya no hin
ye konya wo himfa
enre ya wo draft your policy document at the parliament yi wetumi atena se ya hunu se be nya 4 billion
it is an estimate me won say a estimate a wo aye say 2028 when ye be hia dey campaign
the campaign ska no
campaign ska
4 billion no
4 billion na enya 3 billion ye kwaje hu loan
yes
enti ye konya 4 billion wo hin dia ba be ye
24-hour
economy
Oh, okay.
Nti nka ye pay 12 hours ne sa. Say after all your institutions are around 24 hours dada.
Yeah.
Nti yenya ne nkakra. We are still developing.
Yeah.
Nti yenya ne nkakra ye kɔ yenimu no. Ebia ya ho de mbeso ne ntimi ya 24 hour economy. Na 4 billion Ghana ye kwa kofa wo he.
The kind of dirty politics ye no Ghana ha no. Nti mpo no say 4 billion no ye benya mpo de aya 24 hour economy no me no mienu enso ye so. Enso ye nso. Because you bia no bia 24 hour economy no bia ye. And when a mirage, it is unrealistic target to be on my city. And so now kind of campaign sika. And I'm pay for 2028.
A campaign sika.
Now pay 2 man pound to 2028. Them go lose when I'm catching a war. First baby in Sionka. You're going.
Medasi yentin kratenum.
Yes.
En kratenum some me shasi de free the daily guide ko akratenum. Ose Ghana's favorite newspaper chese ne Ghana for pay. Eno no. Yera Kofi Juma se omokofa no.
Sunday no.
Sunday no yekokofa no. Na ye kiremu se ne ntie nam so me yekofa no yina ne se. Ene abra na wo ye adwuma no wo wi cars makoma miensa. Yesu wo wi cars miensa. So boy de bo no no. Ntie bia court ene be prove say no kra na sanya no kra.
Sunday say no ogina ni o. Wo party bi gidigidi wo private residence Kumasi. Obu ni musa ya na obi kutanechi. Must you under arrest?
You under arrest.
I fake away the crana.
I can't.
But I must say, I'm retrieve all these cars no from him. I'm retrieve some cars. What is I'm pinning Nado Naso no?
Nanado Naso.
Nanado Aso no. Nana, never bad my Nanado. I want Nanado bar. You never bar. Into you tangent. Abino F. You. Yeah, that's it. Now, Bella, I did 2 Tirisuna minority force or Montiasi. Enti eno so akrata fe to so miensa o daily guide ko akrata num enne anope na ene Ghana Bar Association president and workasa e wo hai o say chief justice na ene ya suspending no e be yanka yensan en reconsider because as a baby e sana ye twa no enya de a ebetumi aboa yen ene maami efu gati ne foni ena ebata ho krata fe to so miensa krona e wo daily guide ko wakrata num ena di we e di eba ye na ye kiremu say Chinese galamsey yesibi na sabre yensa so mu adentia ye so mu ye galam so mu so kura pump action guns omo de bo mo ho ban omo nsuro nyame mfare nyame o and also a cratafeto since your daily guide and anope National Lottery Authority for your woman miswa dear and 100,000 Ghana cedis tidal wave victims no ye to edia koma wo so wo enye emfa entwitwa wo mo ehun me to also edi a free the Daily Dispatch ko wakrata no emu na the Dispatch sorry we no yen sha asientam dodo party in government wo hwe mfoni mienu eda ha we ye friend yaye wo kosoro ha ye friend yaye nipa mienu etwa atade ye friend yaye enti yewra asiedu nketia the national chairman for the NDC ene yewra Julius Zebra womu ena womu etwa yaye a omuda hase ene ye bi so say towards the NDC 2028 flag bearer slot battle between Julius Zebra and asiedu nketia na yesan so bi say vice president no obe contest ya na asem kasi you Inti when I tell you say within the NDC me say na 2 MPP no hu dan ya ebi ba 2 NDC amanyo ko bi a wo ye serious bia sanwe ma ebi si wom internal elections edin pape mu ba na wo mu wie no mutumi organize wo mu hu ye no na boadi nkunimdie de ba no NDC ankasa no wo mu so wo haw because after President John Dramani Mahama why biem ene de ne ba nti no so kora ya de da ho a ene the Dispatch ko wakrata no ebisa na se enran central for yekoto aba yekoto aba na yekoto aba no yatena se adwon se ye ngisko ngiska ye hwe competent people ni ato aba de ma wo mu yesi yera Albert Kobina dwonfo won to aso because oba ye wabo adwuma pa won to aso nti enra yesan to aba ma no se won san ento aso break 8 then this watch any and the way so eda na chairman Edema Forestry Commission Board no ne foni eda ko wakrat nenim ene anope Professor Otson Abebio and watch mu se ye momodin ase betumi invest e wo ye forest mebeboa mo man no yetumi enye sika
sika wo kwaye mu sika wo kwaye mu
sika ko fa no kwaye ni bedi no fie
ni abedi no fie nti sika wo kwaye mu former president Yera Jekufo ne mfoni eda ha and also 2016 2020 and 2024 elections ni chiremu ama yehunu se Ghana fo yenimu die ewa abato mu na kwenimu kwenimu pa enti Yera Kufo no waka kire MPP se wo mo ehhehya wo mo ho no wo mo enye ahye ewo ha metwa so adi free the Daily Searchlight ko wakrata no emu Daily Searchlight ediaba GBA Ghana Eba Association president and was let avoid cycle of revenge won say aban bi ohwa ti sane NDC aban ede ye the former appointees no and these MPP so beka so 100 years okra ne yesu ba bebu yesu be bia tuamoka revenge me so me ye obi atuaka some ye fa chief justice amobile mu beyi ni firi ho enti yesu ba mu so mo de na mo de na ba ne yesu beyi ni firi ho enema basa bi wose enye ma ye democracy no enti saade no ye momode ase ye betumi ejaya eno so eda enim ha sei minority and wo mo condemn kwan a ene bail conditions a iyokufo ede etototo amafo ye cheche wo mo no ye de to wo mo so ye say outrageous enya de eye kra Yera Albert Jomfo ye sen pa on say GGA president no eno so eda ha World Bank provided $360 million edi ama o mine Ghana say strengthen the microeconomic stability na ye ntumi enko yenim e wo hono mo a Daily Searchlight edi na Ghanaian Times and I'm the best also. Or see the most authoritative newspaper. And the World Bank zika wo mo approve no o mo asande abeto ni mo say ya finance minister Dr. Kezela Tuba Forson and anufoni ebata ho. Na Ghana Statistical Service for report bi aba wakenke mu kakra. Me de me share dan ko mu bebre. Na ye kire mu say wo ba Ghana 4.8 million urban dwellers. And womu etiti in slums.
Wow.
A dina womu titi mu no near ghetto bi enue bi a ye di abobo bibi basebi what you say into nipa 4.8 million and so we have a very long way to go Kratafe to sudumi no the Ghanaian Times and I do we buy ye na nkwantanto kwa no would we near di chire kaka
me di chire nko chire bebrebe
so far death tolls now rising to 7
I think enro almost ba ko bi sisi e enro amu ko mo bi o se de
and anope report by chire mu nipa nson senior high school kwanta senior high school kwada mienu enso eka ho enti on sa dan wada na president former president Kufo na na work no enye kwa ye fa so ye amanyo so medru bebia ya na enye we ye kremoni we ye muslim kristoni we ye frafreni emwa yen we ntokwa na ekoso won kwanta no eye tribal conflict.
Oh, okay.
Tribal conflict in enam so ema na ba ne sa say ekuo mienu how do kasa how do mienu na wo mo enya santokwa na wo mo eko ho nam so na ba ne sa enti ye bon paye se bibia no ye betumi atodin ewo nkwanta South Ghanaian Times ye die si.
Thank you so much abena se wa mani ampa no pay ene ko no besi na mama moni adwuma na no pay dwuma de bia me dipa no galamse hu nkomo abana it's an eyesore enora me honhom kopie mu ewo yekura frɛ no redu krom it is andampo ho fiase constituency na wuduru manso mu a na ye shorter we fan manso etire wona na wo ko abana nyamko me kon cover wo ho no chale enya easy o enkrofo census ni nsuwa na nyame gada ene se ohene okrom dwane all because nearby no so no eni enyan pa
wonu wo to be anasa is he against
one more this excavators me no ko share pono mo no niam agada no say wo ko no koma na 5000 eja say be fa che me kwase ni hine wono hu 5000 da ani akọ no 5000 waji ene ni agi say ani say that is information magada say asem ni ma mo so man 3000 your friend promise for afi no aba ana committee bi so o mate wo kro no mo ya ma mo 2000 to 10000 ene o mo kwan ana mo akọ share ponim na videos and appear to TV ni so no abena nkofo mo kro no wo so no insukro mo nye binom
ene na de na nke enim se wo na ya wutu yefu na de atato se didi dada wo hoi eye che didi prem
na be
Yeah, na na waje 5,000 adi nkruma kan ne ase
na other bench so we mesen dem won hu adwumayo na other bench so won hu adwumayo so mo nja sanse mo hunu no mo di okro no so na the reason why ntime ni abara no say ye na enim say area mo ni enim ho redu krom ne edan ne nasefo na menim ho na bridge o mo fra so hu abana say wotia wo boyem no mo fa bridge so ye mbehyew bridge yaro fa sa video so tutu so ma me dance bridge o mo nam so ye nua me yense bi na mo di ato bridge no so na bobo ya fa sa bridge no so nti woni kukudu a wontumi mfa so na mo kura ya mo baye gan so ma say two bridge na free wo nti na munya bridge mfa so na nsuo o mo san kakra nkra no ma hunu nsuo na ni kura na more information is eba abrame da asem enda ne hombra
your friend say Amnesty International for annual meeting na afi bia wo mo ye no this year no mo kopie mu sunwane
okay
Yera Erastus Asaredonko, our senior. Now walk kasa bi say ne wo hu ene say NDC4 and omoye galamsey.
Okay.
Enti walk actually leadership ni so mo fa communicate crown emra bonten. Na wo mo enwo ne wo mo chitafo no because galamsey no what's fie na ye ka galamsey asem na ofisi ha ye ni ne ye kan. Ye kwa ye nyina say ye ni kwa ye bebe bia Ghana bia mu o we don't have any virgin forest anymore ni na ya boerum na se biri mu nsuo ye betumi esi a blocking nsuo no a galamsey no ho ene ye be wo akoda de woni aso ye be wo akoda na ni ti fa ate mo free say de a galamsey sunsun so no boni na e de galamsey no enti ye ka galamsey asem a e wo say na ye yi amanyosam to nchen because we ya ebe enya ndisi nko na be affecting na nya MPP ena nya CPP anase kuadonko mame ya me for crazy what you say
dey yen kwa hiti bi asa
eye de ye de
na say ye bi hiti o abena mampohine ye say hiti e kuadonko hiti kura minim de hiti
media for man nya de
so no aso na nya de we wan wiki san twemu sa be de ne akai o
ebusua no
but enti fancy
you fancy
very well me da say e busia dan yen wa besisi a ne abeton komobo no so good morning
talk monetization everybody is angry there's so much on them.
This is going to be the underpinning factor of this institute, that we may know where we are coming from, who we are really, where we are going, and how we should get there, applying the basic principles of the Dankwa, Busia, Dombo tradition. When elections came, and when propaganda became the era of the day, men like Dankwa suffered greatly because of the propaganda that they were thieves. They had been bribed by the white people, including one person who was brought in, they say, to divert the mind of the people from politics to sports, and so on and so forth. The CPP won the 1951 elections. You know, when people forget about unity in this party, some of us who are relatively old feel very, very pained. In the 1954 election, the idea was to have a last election to determine the party that the colonial authorities should hand power to. You should want to know that in that election, our party, which at that time had transformed into the Ghana Congress Party, GCP, lost every seat. 104 seats, we had only one. Our party has been decimated and dissipated. One, because of the propaganda of the era. That one seat was won by Dr. Kofi Abrefa Busia regarding the Wenchi seat. He beat C.E. Donko with less than 10 votes. The votes were counted 3 times under the supervision of the whites. When Busia got into parliament, one fact of it was that the Northern People's Party, which preferred our tradition and the way we do things, now made Busia rather the leader of the opposition. Busia could not have been leader of the opposition when the Northern People's Party had some 13 members of parliament and he was alone. Shall we be able to do this? But today you can see all manner of bickering, all manner of struggles, all manner of unexpected activities. But one man was honorable enough to say, I will prefer that you are the leader and I will be the deputy leader. So he determined who should be the leader. And he gave a reason, because of the knowledge and experience of the man. How many of us will be able to say this today? How many of us will be able to say this today? If not, if we are not many who will be able to say it, then may the institute long flourish. And may it teach us throughout the years to come how we should go our way as members of the new patriotic party. You know what? We stand for something. We stand for what they believed at that time: knowledge is power. That this country must be governed by men and women trained, qualified to lead a nation. Our former president Kufuor is here. In 1992, he was a contestant regarding the flag bearership.
Yabamba won some to say a question of maybe sir. Yes, and then you first set 24-hour economy, and then watch now. Yabamba won some at saying, go be some security at saying, when it comes to your transportation, yeah, in public transport on some at saying, and they the pressure at Ghana for so, and they copy $4 billion said they be implemented 24-hour economy. About your transport system, public transport, I want some to say, what be some home, and answer the crack room, yeah, electricity, yeah, energy, who sends some at saying, what be some home. The electricity, energy, who sends them, and then doom so. That's a 24-hour economy. To the extent to say, Mom, we are Juma off peak. Just some year Juma Abro Biadano. The Bamamo and Kania Bua from and it's a limited be back. Samitan and Eba Buamo. Now, but to me, I hear Juma Bra, electricity buono. I swear to you from the Amamu. Most are more pretty disco, no discotheque. We be Juma 24 hours. Wait, near Fed Amemu. Wait. 23 minutes past the RA. Western in the morning. And a pepper main cast semi-fanchino na Chris Labi was in by ye, Yenny come with your bar. A black Quebec in the Monona, Yansen in Como. And a pay and come me no and na menisi super. Now to me okay. Some met to me dealing with the Galamsey minutes, you know. Yes, there was some can be ano. Mimimuno, my carefree mumu. Intino as a bemu penning for say. Wamo ebetu anamo wometu susa. Because we are Tramabas and training Mako Edemenkwa Ede Atuns and Yaso. Akoko fa information bianu video bianu a esefata say medema mono mediaba enti yo I know that so dia mame na yendi san komo ebiem na redu krom de ekoso ho no eni no enyan redu krom de ekoso ho no eni enyan what video no go so dia mam na mahwe bi sa fe no adwane o TV ni so a obehwe bi se ye social media handles no so ana wo phone ben wo a obetun akọ mo akọhwe ne ekoso mo amuche radio no me explain ni ma de atena mo but a video ni bi mbaye o madam mo fengu sumaye na mebo akomodie no enkrofo edi excavators mienu edi akoko wura kwa yanim but adeba kwa manka amfa ka woni eno a mene forestry commission penimpa no a wada western region no mene ni di nkomo na boso mpem mene ni di nkomo na hey anopa me kasa se me di atra o se onkofo na so ombrante no a wadwuma efo na wo soma wo mo se o task force na wo soma wo mo se o mo nko do edu krom eponum nko to galamsey force sano. And I'm telling you today the information that I have and say some from this area, this forest zone. Now mo kwa galamsey for no so a now boys no so afra galamsey yes no. And I'm telling you this today. Now bo so pem now boys no afra galamsey yes no. Say ya ba mo ho entil mo hunu kwa mba so na ba escape. Na me say ejuma ye ya wakwan bia e fa so any information. It has excavated when emienu look at this kwaye and then ye dwiri kwaye ni negu. Oba wachi se e ukọ redu krom. Kwaye and then ye dwiri kwaye no me say sa kwawe ma fa so pen. Bantifuo ni ade emba ni ade ho na ena ye dwiri na atoagu ana galamseyes ewuro kwayenim with 2 excavators. Nana bosom mpimoi bosom anopemi chiao ba me ka chiao se ombrantie na ya wosoma mo se wo mo nko redu chrome forest ni mu no wo mo ko ha dia wo mo ko ya ho no totally different from nya wosoma mo se wo mo nko kwaye no. Nti kan me sene se samua ma madwe sampa mo pese mo reserve and forest no mo pese and forest no again in virginity mo pese forest no wildlife ewo mu no wo mutumi enya asomdwe no mo da mo ho to wo mu anana wo ko ha and small boys no from boys no kan twa mo se wo mo endi kan ko ho kabeya man fra wo mo na mo fa another force anko na mbe hunu niam ekoso aponim media. I am tempted to say oboys look on sika. I am tempted to say oboys look on sika. But the information ya me what with audio evidence a tell say oboys no go ponimu a wo mo sukwa allegedly wo mo kwa je mo taku no mo sempo no mo dama no mo jai sa for no mo ye mo galam say e wo ponimu no na go there yourself and now okwa abrewe nin crying. And I salute you for that because abrewe nin crime minimum ho a forest and o matichiri no kro minimum ho ya wo baby e for kofi krom odate sa eremoni na me say I know there ya ho so bi so any eremu na I know there ningo ni ade minimum ho na minimum ho because when it comes to western region galamsey prone areas you can count on me. But sometimes we are fighting for you, Juma. Maybe I'll call who beba some and sha sabe. You better be a don't go there. The best thing is make a video and pay for modern security follow at their kind home near Kowa. And they are some are ready. Some of them more security follow by coming home. No matter what this area, sir, I'm ever ready to lead you. Na yanam kan wo de bia fine anya forest o me romu ye chomemu ye nya se na fata because me krom ben so and I'm telling you this say me krom ben so sha sabe enima bia ni wasa enti galamsey na boys na ye now so boys no mo ye galamsey na kakra bi ana mo ye no kwayem but me so say kakra bi ntino ye je mo ye e kwayenim kakra bi na ye no kwayenim but me so say ye je mo ye no kwayenim na na so mpem e no me no kasaye but whether say na ye forest and say ye forest no I was not clear because I can't define what forest is and what is not forest mo ana munim de ye forest ana ye reserved forest meaning but when they go problem mo say ha pom into a forest e be betu aba say hono mo counting say forest na I am ever ready say I will lead you to the place. I'm ever ready mo security ni beka me ho but me say o boys a wo so mo nko ho no o mo nko edwa papa bia sa o mo nko edwa papa bia dom ko e woni say o mo so mo kwadwo mo fu ho na o pass wo mati na ko ho obekon na sell boys ni galam say 2 excavators and dey wura sa redu chrome forest nim ya say o munsuo asa wo livelihood e wundua no mo do ba ni twagu koko ye twagu because you say you pay gold na sabe obakufo didi wi ekrom ye da na dabi obakufo didi meya krom nya de o say na collectively ye didi but when kase ko galam say didi me can in terms of a tour taxes adan and legally mines no and I say legally mining companies no wo me am to say wo mu tufi magudie small scale miners no adenti and wo mu etres ka twitwi de abaje permit and wechi wo me say twa eto e de ma aban no na obi de se kokomu no ye galam say no wabro ntwa eto bia entres ka bia enfa ma aban me da say and then na ke ma Chris Labi Boaten full time. Now so nim time you starting to so didn't time so. So nim time you starting to need time so. Very well. John ho make a crazy near to us. Me da say p some 30 minutes past the hour 8 Western in the morning live on Untumi Radio 101.3 and Western Diamond TV. Or text message and WhatsApp messages no. Manenfa 0248 071174 0248 071174. Now mamincha Greg Greg the girlfriend he didn't birthday one you mate mashima ye ho adwuma dia ma o de anya o your girlfriend that's it. You Chris Labi Boaten I'm told say am ya to na penfo ebia akonya tum say obi abetuma for form sa wo ko nanim e wo party because was some party na che the teen di yen ne and it comes to communications are with dimu akotene pa. Chris, good morning.
Morning me.
Boko de
nyame adom
di bele na wo ko no
second vice
and na minim bata ayem ntanta kakra ebeko yama
nyame nti
ebeko yama pa because wo ho fama am a party no and me say etwan na sia for say bre no dua me pa mo chaw edin no be Chris Labi Boaten right and one mo tom fama no na we de ko no post kwa na nka de na ba
ho fama na o kan ye na ba be kan wase because me moto a me dey call election here duty calls.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready to serve.
Wow.
Yes. Say ejumambre and edu.
Okay.
Na my crowd say mesum. Duty calls. I'm ready to serve. Eno na me dey.
Osmana osna wosmo no.
Eno an.
Na me sure papa. Very well. Constituency boko.
Nyame adom. Nyame adom.
Takoradi right? Constituency of no.
Kwesiminti
constituency. Oh, okay. Oh, boko de me ase. Very well. Chris, yen komo we na ye bre na okwanti yen boni tete oni akwa enim. Now, 6 months ni na NDC amayoko no ebeje kunwa tena so. Na ekwa from Numbio. I think so mo ye largest world database a omo eba no standard of living a eno no mo hwehwem ni ade a. Na omo rank Ghana being the 12th country of Africa. Ya setina mu edin pa. But mo ka say me yem hye me because omo say aban papa bi aba. Wono wa ba be yi free sa wo haw ni naamu. Na me nim say ya say ye so ye ho kire yen pa. Accra nko an no. City say one Africa ha, omo to so 5th most expensive city in terms of rent. And komo we atwetwe aso kakra. Wada mama me tie o.
Me da se menya. Point 3. I'm sorry pe me chia ahwefo ni etiefo nyina.
All right.
na mechia me amebra kodwo akwa ene yi marala kwa
okay
mechia me na fofo e wotakwa enyina any MPP for enyina
all right
so 2024 your core elections yem say nyame anhye anye andom nti Western region eka only 2 MPs Takoradi any Efia
sure
honorable Kobini honorable Buama nti anope so mechia honorable Kobini honorable Buama say sisi ano ejuma eda omo konso na ejuma son especially honorable Kobi because Buama dey oye new entrant into
yeah
but honorable Kobi dey honorable experience and the faith term muna
yeah
away into no ejuma no even though I represent Takoradi and so who say for as long as the rest of the region no ye ni MPs no a lot of the ejuma no ejina ono so
yeah
especially into no mechia no me dey echia so nkroma no na mafa kwa so na me dey ahye nkran say ejuma no yedin now so a true leader is only found during the period of crisis edunia edin a hono ne hu penyi yankasa ewo because sa emre na eye crisis period no
yeah
na obi hu say penyi bi sronko bi apie because o hwe ne leadership qualities eno na bema amanyoko no akonanim nti honorable Kobi no he's still very young
okay
so chine bi yebebo ni din ewo echire na ebia the break ase bia echen ne a owom sisi anompo ya boni din wo party no mu a this is the time for him to show that quality leadership na
okay
ebema ochine bi ya boni din
very well
ewo baby yeah na asema odi ato abenya sano pay no I would topic me send and I laughed
wow
yeah because na me bisa me who say ya to abanu wie ya handy over power on the 7th
yeah
na baby obefe bia no na ekutia ya de bo MPP abaya na etwemu pe no yeah MPP for na it was so worrying
yeah
because a fear na aba na yedi ni abai papa aba ana ntire bisa no say na emeben na NDC aban no ebeye papa a chain MPP because the facts still remain say MPP mo ye ba aban mu a and a man for no more sure na NDC
yeah
because I do recall say former President Rawlings ofi aban mu no or the enko epic
yeah
obekai
yeah
or the enko epic now you're a heavily indebted poor country yeah President Kufuor and in aban and now within the shortest possible time ombe yi fee
he picking him
what is here
okay
intino how can you tell me say ya to aba na MPP din kuku a Ghana for bi mo munni omo wa you free etimi bie omo ano na omo ka say abai papa e na aba what is it
yeah
ye gusu na President Kufuor 7 the term wie President Kufuor the time health insurance free maternal care what I say and she ya bind the bar and a man for no hinga yomo and a President Kufuor buy or the buy
yeah
health insurance say the buy okay say ye kwa pass health insurance bill or parliament for NDC for mo boycott parliament
yeah
and Kufuor omo tauti omo so omo socialist no say the socialist intervention policies are ebema a man for no omo wa hinga yomo ba they boycotted parliament 2008 and also we weren't lucky enough and you lose elections you handed over power 2009 by July 2009 health insurance workers almost strike
yeah
no strike because a NDC for arrangement say any intervention policy be a who be man for no fast one they are against it
yeah
and then I say hwenya omo ye fa free SHS
yeah
it no say in January ya to aba na say ye lose na say ya hand over na say Ghana for say abai papa ba. I am shocked and surprised. We are very shocked and surprised. What I say?
Yeah.
Now, fast forward. You're handing over power in
January
January.
7th. Yeah.
And I'm okay my first budget.
Yeah.
In March.
March 11th. Yeah.
In April, and I see I started say conform.
Yeah, okay.
Now, see sorry, dollar no.
Yeah.
See appreciate it against
the dollar. Yeah.
And you be say because you were taking the credit. Meanwhile, no, now IMF no World Bank in Accra say IMF especially no say almost ma NDC for no year renegotiation of the IMF program now year coin because from December the figures were looking good.
Okay.
Economic figures were looking very positive into them. There was no way Omobema Abaifo for no higher day I renegotiate IMF program now.
It's true.
It's a bad saying and now okay we first budget in March. Now say by April the cedi begins to appreciate against the dollar. OG credit effort. What I say? But OG credit now fire there should have been this reciprocal. You say one. Cedi is performing well against the dollar there. It should reflect in the pockets of the citizens, because say Cedi agent nice against the dollar. Next said some come marketer and say reflected. And say nyama boy day. Bafom.
Sure.
In on the 7th of January. On the 7th of January 2025 you hand over power now me top Vena medium size no park no now me turn to 25 cities.
Okay.
Me turn to 25 cities. And now me know kasi a 40 cities the same Vena no. What I say?
Okay.
Medium size park no a 40 cities. Me hand over power and then answer no. Now a 25 cities. And then a 40 cities. And Mayor, you are telling me, say, Cedi is doing so well against the dollar. I say a reciprocal reduction in prices of goods. What I say? It's a bad saying. And I say dollar no conform against the CDR. That's a matter BB 25 cedis in January. Dollar no air conform no more. As I say, enka 25 cities no enka ene ye wumi enka 20 cities and 90 cities and 40 cities. It also there is no correlation between the cedi doing so well against the dollar no and the prices of goods in our market.
Yeah. Man can say sana yen so.
What I say?
Yeah.
Sana can say because I have no say dollar no cost ra and amount for no excited as reason to increase prices.
Yeah.
It's identical as a dollar no air come from. And as I see, is doing so well against the dollar there. There should be that reciprocity, And can say, and Yama was who market a buffer.
Sure.
But we are not seeing correlation, anyhow. Rather, no, Yama boy, a cost. So what I say? Yes. It's now beside what say, sir, cedi dollar relationship now, and there you touch here, say. Abai no aye bibi surunku bia eno ene de sa eba no. It is just on paper. What I say?
Okay.
Cedi appreciation against the dollar no. Eye on paper. Because in reality no, the reality is prices.
Yeah.
On the market no. And na reality there. Say next 1st July I know can say ya too fuel right?
Yes.
By 2.4%.
Yes, 2.4%.
Electricity tariffs
2.45%.
Electricity so cost.
Yeah.
And other your friend is saying
diesel 5%.
Wonderful.
And plastics no 7%.
Beautiful.
And which is no VAT 15%.
Thank you.
Non-life insurance.
Thank you. Insurance no ehon keka ho nyina no cost.
Yes.
So you say Cedi no performing so well against the dollar. What I say? It's one I would no. One and I would no. because you can see the no performing so well no and can say nyama boss ya den eba form but ene oto ade o cha be kono na ne bo no asesa enye se asesa se aba form rather no ekosoro ene hwe rent
yes
within this metropolis within this metropolis so we per 2-bedroom apartment you dey cha okra no and 1,100 cedis apartment 2-bedroom apartment and metropolis anom you dey amount to 4 block no 1,100 and so some few months ago just before you 2025 muno now can we between 800 900 cedis
okay
what I say in combination between 800 900 cedis and then you dey cha no 1,100 cedis so you ask yourself say why is the correlation it you catch abine say wofa adena akofom no you have no knowledge about it enye mo na mo aye bibi munye magic bia because ene ye wo horses yi abai starting emma contracts
yeah
what I say because say abai starting my contracts now or start say or ye payment what I say e honum ena ye behu the actual situation of the cedi dollar relationship e honum ye behu enye na say na nurses omo call it off strike mate say omo general secretary Pwaka say omo about up to 8th of August 8th of July next week
okay
and come on mu di as on suspended strike no omo say abai some better omo ka by 8th of July that's next week and a week someone tell abai ka omo be come back me no ka say university lecturers omo first a book and research allowance when we sika fiafia as compared to a car abai the contracted say utua no and book and research allowance no many nurses almost fear because contractors in it runs into billions.
101.3.
Some commitments in the abai enye.
Okay.
Abai my contract bia. A significant contract. It's on paper. The government intends to do this. The government intends to do this. You understand?
Yeah.
And our prices and Accra.
Yes.
One of the most costliest,
the expensive cities, the fifth most expensive
in the whole of Africa.
When it comes to rent and other things.
What is it?
Yeah.
It is so worrying. It is so worrying because everybody do. Say dollar no person one. What I say? If I say prices of goods will begin to shoot up.
Yeah.
It is cement boba day. A day or the no excuse.
Okay.
Now that you need the immobile. It is a 2-bedroom apartment with metropolis and 1,001. You can just imagine say every dollar no person no.
Yeah.
Now cement price akosoro. And then person you power no. Now cement was 85 cedis.
Yes.
And they say 125. So you say cedi no so well with the dollar.
Now aside all these things no crampono Okoye insurance so you get 15% VAT on insurance why you want to die no the interview no be shame there.
Definitely.
Into no idea o man mu be there.
Now for example insuo
yeah
say you two insuo mo me tenant they say they me geno they are 60 cedis a month they are two insuo but me vanka ho me dey back ho. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. Electricity. A cost for I'm not there. You're to say what I say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no, I'm no consumer, no, and a bebre on your friend say. Media as a landlord, no. You understand?
Yeah.
Media me say I buy no. Onya butre. Now the way almost touty no. The actual situation on the ground no reflect it. And some now almost can say Cedi is doing so well because when the Cedi is doing so well against the dollar, dear, it should reflect in the pockets of the people. It should reflect on the markets. Because Sebio me wa danfobia okocha na kofa niama. 2 weeks ago me call no. Mo say mo gu mani ase. Mo say MPP abai mo gu mani ase. And the mo gu their dollar and nam. And I'm say oyiwa. Until no, so unyama we ana enra na woton no say and the dollar no come from woton 9
yeah
o say me bi na twem na cd no enye yi na nti o di hyem am say weni na ewu no weni na ewu no because can now MPP abai no sombo said they didn't do well with the cd dollar you know and then abai papa aba no and then akofo no there should be a reciprocal reduction of prices shops of which are ebi da wo mu no let's see reduction but what catch them say and maybe a twem no na enye yi nti wo di hyem nti no wo nyi nyama no so there is no correlation what I say etino abai no there nya okika no ne encomiums no it's on paper but in reality no
okay
it is not reflecting
yes but and then you say akwa empire because about 8:50 me sure say one start cry because I'm going to say 8 o'clock
and I'm go empire and then I'm
national prayer and thanksgiving
okay
and then I'm go empire
okay
it you come empire ba betuasa taxes yeah
yes
nti ba bona ko bona faso
me say Ghana for no muni nkaye na almost say abai papa ba no what I say oh what me say just nyabotre abai papa ba we shall see time 2 weeks ago now I'm cast almost suspended 1 CD
D levy dumso levy
no
yeah
and I'm cast go away I'm fa adwe foforo suspension because I'm cast I'm twemu I'm cast cancelled I'm saying we have suspended it
what I say
what I say you sit down
yeah
no be dem da kwahye
yeah
no be dem da kwahye because be dem da kwahye no ebe mo muska more than if I say D levy no
yes
meanwhile no so no D levy no I say kosi konso ja akwenti fi I say must suspend it
yeah
and there's a difference between cancellation and suspension
okay
it's him say at a point in time no say omo besa keka omo bio no ma kofa D levy na because as it stands now no it's just been suspended
until yeah Chris Labi Boati ya be den na yen asoman ma yen say aban ya wa be di yon boy kan bia so but all the same ono so na ti aban mu a 4 years ade ni mu ya be den na yen cost of living no so no ebia etumi ahwe yetumi nya mark kese because 30.6 no and no dey by the 12th position no at least you score higher yen position betumi higher than so afro so at least over Ghana ha yen South Africa bibrema man no ebia to so 29 because your standard of living no so at least apart from and then betumi akso ho kakra maybe ni ade
in economics you find it saying you have to be fiscal discipline
okay
what is a fiscal discipline say abai na yedi tumi no ahye ne nsa no any ni operatives what is it kwaya omodi yen sikasem e faso no you understand it will have a very huge impact on the awoka no for example NDC for na omo communicators ama yati asese ende appointees are ya appointee omo no start ya woda omo di omo weekends ewo night clubs in London what I say and Krofona and Nora they were touting themselves the voice of the voiceless no and then omo live this profligate lifestyles they do weekends are Enra me hu jump on the video bia ya say Shepherds Council hono wafa young girls be 30 wafa mo adwuma wo hono mo a wa bypass all the protocols and ya fa nipa wo aban adwuma mu no what I say because you say a voter region MPP omo regional director of communication wakoje letter ya man letter from the presidency senka onu nkoye corporate communication officer wa Shepherds Council
ya fo bi dada
okoya jump say o de amobi
oh
yen kukomu a wafa amaiwa be 30 wo hono mo a wa bypass protocols no
wow
and we are told say sa appointees no omudi omu weekends e wo London no odi mu akotene pa okoso a and young girls
what I say Ghana bataza
you understand it's you know some lifestyle no enra we say you were the voice of the voiceless it's you know the who can be ama for na omo ho chiro mo no mo ye hiafo no and then 6 months look at the lifestyle we portray
okay
You understand?
No.
Now, John Mahama Bayati say ono all ban or the ministers are 60 and the Bay Juma. What does it?
Yeah.
60 na adodankwa the second term na 80. It will not just say wa blended the nasi by 20.
Yeah.
It's in government expenditure no. We should have seen a vast difference between adodankwa second term no and John Mahama there no. So what are we seeing? John Mahama ni lean government rather no expenditure no eso chain adodankwa 80 no. One awodada no. What does it? It's in reality no. Or can you for the purpose for the optics?
Okay.
Yeah, we say waka now a man for no creating pressure say or man no way into that or person who use lesser appointees. But the truth of the matter is that or use less appointees on paper. But about expenditure now. Almost expenditure no esoche adodankwa that this is one of the things we call fiscal discipline now. Any abai we mu it is sooner than later no the reality will dawn on all of us. Almost say government minister bi akoto a daibi or East Legon within 6 months $500,000 akoto 6 months a mayor pay our arrangement a mayor the status say you tua omoka. Okay. It's a minister when you have $500,000 one and I would call sa apartment to know say dino e wo easily gone home no. What I say it no so ostentatious lifestyles we no. It will not help. What I say? Emboa exchequer no. It will be business as usual. Okay. You understand? Right. It will be business as usual. It's a member amount for no engine say ye babe who any significant improvement in yeah brabo. Asabra no waka no. Abai we. Enya the people be no babe. Me say John there the second term na keke na person inside there. Eka. Very well. Ever come in fancy. What I say? In the second term na keke na some catch us say me ne or ye wadwe papa be wo adwin bia I didn't put to be me no ya brabo ma. You just forget it. Mate, me da say abana mpacho ma me sanka phone na messages ni bi wo amenti femfiri wo. Semano aduonum ansia na abapa na wotwe ho. Western in the morning on pay on Ultimate Radio 101.3 Western Time on TV on your decoder and team some moment and fa phone number na menti messages ni bi femfiri. NPP amayoku no mo abem no mo bom humaden. Aka say ebana ya sabia dia you can't beat the NPP. Agenda 111 district hospitals be near ho and regional hospitals be in here because near additional 6 regions abeka ho and in icon agenda 111 no NDC the campaign the TM say it is unrealistic to get agenda 111 111 hospitals and only your fellows kwacho fosu minister in charge of government's communication or spokesperson to the president was say 6 months academy 2025 ND one more year agenda 600 chip compounds now 4 years now and so the agenda 2000 chip compounds. Can you compare a chip compound to a district hospital and a regional hospital? That's what I mean. Sure. Wouldn't be and Raul I mean obi edi nkomo I don't say or no Ghana hanomra or one on my way or timuno and confer on far almost serious and their politicians. What I say? Okay. I say and confer on far almost serious and their politicians. Oh, are they? And now society me dano news file. Okay. I say oh no. Or MPP ni. But because of Galamsey in 72 or Betia MPP. Okay. Because now Ofo say in Semna na NDC for Eka about Kwaya Yemfa Galamsey in Semno and fast one. You understand? Yeah. A pasu. Intino ono or to abanama NDC na mombra na mombe implementing. Till. Now me dano news no official news file. And a government spokesperson and not OT program no social media. Okay. Muslim. Yeah. Omo bisano say. Mo one of the reasons I Ghana for the two abanoma mu punkum no chese mo ka se mo ba abamu a mo be institute state of emergency war Galamsey prone areas no 6 months in here. What are you doing about it? I say kwanya shame made in some no one yellow. And I said no. Politicians they are not serious people.
101.3.
That is exactly what we are seeing with this Asema
Agenda
111.
Okay.
What I say? Now Agenda 111 just Nanado say one day or one office and Dr. Baumia buy. Into Dr. Baumia buy no say Ghana hanum districts ni piwa hwa omuni hospitals.
Yeah.
Into one of my friend spokesperson on health in Siasa.
Dr. Insiasare.
And on by year figures no. Nature say district 81 any
city
hospitals.
Yeah.
It's not the right thing.
Okay.
Inti omwa aban year calculations no. And no year said no. You have a deficit of 111. And no 111.
Yeah.
Inti no quickly no. You implement it. Sa agenda 111. Jomahama uko jina simple so. I catch a man for and say agenda 111 no. Unrealistic.
Yeah. Just to me bem.
Agenda 111 no. Unrealistic. Wafa. Me wo farm. Na bibi me farm no one.
Okay.
Chip company ebi wo ho. Cancer road mampon.
Yeah. Kwani so
wo ho. Ebi wo ho. But on 2 occasions me ko farm. Emma makoto situation bia. Ese say me de me car emma na yede yare for no yede etum. In fact on one occasion young girl okwakowo. What I say? I want no car no. Chips compound no because no was situation where say no cesarean.
Okay.
Chips compound to me.
Yeah.
Me de car no man or what to car no. Omo wonam kwa so mo kwafiem kwanta or what to car no. What I say? Intino Chips compound 5. Chips I say o school now first aid. What I say?
Yeah.
Intino obemano that ansana. Intino say obisa oye agenda 111. Now we say and no ono wa upgrading no from Chips compound wa upgrading to hospital. It's realistic. Realistic. And then oko ahanta west abokro honum share hospital there is we and that share the immediate communities are a best serving. Now compare way to Chips compound. You see NDC for women they are so mediocre. Say almost thinking orientation women are so sad. So sad. Say with the Chips compound but the compare hospital here is Sibukrohonomy. Is it not pathetic? Knowing very well say Chips compound no total health care. They bet you on the first aid.
Yeah.
It is a situation where dear. I said in the Panuco hospital.
Sure.
It's no say obi wo bokro obi wo agona kwanta area honoma. You bet me the nako. Say agenda 111 hospital here work bukro because facilities are a bit me take care of the condition of the bukro.
Sure.
So we are there and you transfer na day about if you want.
Yeah.
It's no resetting no. Some more resetting no. Move free hospital. I reset ya Chips compound.
Wow.
Ye ko yenim ana ye bayichi.
You true guess it.
What I say? It's no media time no more resetting no. As me catch me what they say. You see the word resetting no e brofo. What I say? E brofo. Uko ka e be catch say wo semantics. But e brofo. metimi a reset program bia me reset akomamum
okay
ana me reset akomechi
okay
no enka enkrofo we omo reset nyama no we should have push them to the wall na yem bisa mo say resetting ben ana mo ye no
omo dey in the factory mode omo delete bibia factory mode omo say bibia
what I say say ene na sa me hu Ghana Education Service circular bia omo dey ma secondary schools enkoda no kwa kotua dem ye so we hu sa
me hu ye the TV screen no
Obia Babaimu 8 years. Or the starting the campaign from 2012 say me ba. Ghana from Moko secondary school on go free. Moto wa yam piasa. 2012 anye ye. Ene nyame ye. Papa ya dom na 2016. Ghana for ya na dom na moto abama no. Or taking over January, by September, now we're implementing free senior high school. At least, at the time we did 8 years, you know, what check amount for no say you see, a amount for no free secondary school education. It is doable. I buy the financial resources.
Yes.
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 What is the difference between Abaye Chomukwane and Nedia? Sakula omo de akwa hwe nyama yese nkwada no omonto
abra na banda dan de mo mu free
you understand it no I ask myself say enkofo you resetting no different type of resetting na
to me 101
say what to hospital who ayampia now kwa say chips compound. Are you serious? And who does that?
Who does
that? What to hospital? Ayampia. Who go see chips compound? When you have to have a mom, no, some go for the mom, no. Some go for we. And I have to have a mom. Now, Ubia. Yedi abena ni share Joma Mansa ubie wa no a woka bi say abai papa aba no. I believe the reality is beginning to dawn on you. When you find a reality check. What does it? You find a reality check.
Very well.
You know, sooner than later, try you do December. The very people that you who more videos more now more can abai papa aba no. Omo believe na omo Okyeremaba nie.
Yes.
Who the videos ni bi?
There be. Okyeremaba ni owo TV station XYZ. Oh, okay. Who
the videos ni bi? One thing sama is it not this guy or your campaign? Ma NDC ko keka nsem bia na no ko yi no kai no ko to prison no. Within 6 months, I say ene. So won't me for this ka pudo bi ba. So assassin for this kapudo be bar, he will go and work for them. So who video now?
Oh, okay.
Waka, he said it because on Nankasa for once, no waja to me say. Some consider that.
If you mean
then you move.
Sure.
Now from the way things are going, you know, who say enkoye. It you know, these were the two radio stations of Bomudi. Stations of Bomudi, one to me. And as I say, all these stations way, all this kapudo be bar. He will leave and go and work for them. And this is somebody who has risked his life for the NDC. Wa co-prisoner. A lot of this NDC go for a general campaign bar John Mahama. Within 6 months, because they have seen say the initial Diamana Ekosuno say there is no future.
Yeah.
As far as this NDC government in 4 years is concerned, no.
Okay.
The future looks very bleak. You understand? It's you know, media gradually, no. And when we will say by the end of 4 years, the mobile chips come by back 2000.
Yeah.
Now mobile, no. Ajene one hospitals na Accra na you be completing the equipment no. What are you doing about that?
So you move fast into monto aso.
Don't be go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Omo beja enu go ho. I go see cheap compound back 2000. And o class as we say me ko fi minji wundi. O fi me minji wundi. You understand? It's we know a crocodile the John.
Okay.
Or can be just to placate the anger of the people. But in reality, no. I say a beyond the Montesquieu. I say, oh no, can this me no.
Yeah.
And then they were say because I say it is me ankasa me de me wa makasa me minjindi. Now I'm off for bufaso so my no. I am so sad for them.
Okay. My message is when Fencham and I and Twaso. When I say, you are Chris Labi Watting and I pay 1 minute AD and come away say, Okyeremaba, good morning. I am from Pomanso from Achim Esubua. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has predicted that Ghanaians will pay more taxes under Mohammed's regime, so we should accept it. Mekaiso Kasas and Brana Omoka say, D-Levy who sends some of the two Monoka said, Toby Babiano. Now, yes, yes, Apumusio Pa. Mekasa, we say, good morning, Radio PRO. Things are not moving well. JDM has disappointed Ghanaians. In fact, I voted for the NDC, but I have regretted. Special greetings goes to Dr. Baumia from Sub-Zero. I will say you and a free buy. We say this is serious. So Ghana has no future. Why are we destroying our own land? But because of individuals' interests, we destroy our lands, our forests, our farms, our waters. Children refuse to go to school because of the Lamse. Where are we going to farm in the next future?
Basic numpo. Because once I'm quite no. President Kufuor Aban who say and because Adechia si campo mamino de man e banako school mpu na yedi inti no mu institute
free feeding
no
yeah
and there are some schools around maybe they are mete no and kwada pi ejai school no because eduane no nyeden embebiu what I say eduane no embebiu inti no omo jai school no ba what I say inti no enche Ghana for nankasa ombe the difference between Adodan kwa Aban and then you alias reset.
And then you declare Takoradi and Tema port a 24-hour port, and then you declare no intende and the phrase say aye juma. What also and the presidential advisor on 24-hour economy. Yero Gusitano ede ne document proposal and as a document policy document no a command speaker of parliament. I will share so what and the 24-hour economy no so phrase na aye adwuma manaroma enwoma bia na wose di go akwam no edededemu a ye betu efra say 25-hour economy ana because eno ye tumi di sika ye be hia di 25-hour economy no in 4 years ade enemu yi ye be hia 400 billion Ghana cedis and that is $4 billion and ye be hia at I implement it the dynamic save 25-hour economy no janama mi so is a failure 25-hour economy na nkasa na mirage 1 air security 2 public transport and 3 electricity and no me answer we say da anya papa e wo man mu dia then yen 24-hour economy free so I mean
me a student of literature
wow
until me kind amateur donné dilemma of a ghost.
Oh okay.
Now there is an aspect of a year or yeah comment be na me depa or say if nakedness promises you clothes,
wow,
ask his name.
Kwatruka so be montoma bisa ni din.
Okay. Mini akrobo for mo say ke hegu ke Mahamud Tadeo.
Oh okay.
Be a beer.
Ano na kwatruka so be montoma.
What I say? Na mini anu ma for say.
Yeah.
Ne amama be anao awure. Na bia penko. What I say? Say kwatruka so be ma montoma. Na it's Ghana for time na NDC for echo round na almost Ghana for boss omo ba na wa be institute so wa be implement 24-hour economy Ghana for OMGDA. I want to know whether Ghanaians believed in that 24-hour economic thing na no more propounding nana. Because anytime I go program, now you push them to the wall. One speaker after the other, no. Now almost different. There was not a single time at even 2 NDC speakers, but Omano called Benkum about this 24-hour economy.
It's true.
What I say? It's you know, from past experience, no. Media right from the word go, no 24-hour there. Media mogo.
Wow.
Yes. I am mogo. We use the word Mrs. here. We say mirage.
Mirage, yeah.
Chase them chama for mirage na say.
Mirage na kwa say sunsuma di ase. Why sunsuma ase ade bi ho enya ade reality. Yeduma.
Sunsumu ade no. Ye de enu hu.
Da bi.
Na mirage.
Yes.
Mami ka senjo. Sankrofo we. Ye wo mayimu. Before I roll is the NDC about Abayimuno. Now about Ghana or mine, a lot of the state-owned enterprises. NDC and their apologists, one after the other. Oh, you understand? Well, some Kwachankra.
Yes.
Baby, na so no wo kaneshi honom no wo ko kaneshi e wo honom no e honom na e Ghana steel factory.
Oh, okay.
Na oye an apologist to NDC nti ye go steel factory no ne ye to asase do man no e no de si asore no.
Wow.
Aje asare but the na so no wo jowo no e honom na ye Ghana meat factory hono na ye station no. You go Ghana meat factory. And you talk as I said, no margin salary. And no, this me anti bako. Now, or worry one former Palestinian ambassador to Ghana. Now, man, you a very funny comment. Time na abaino egu say inhumana na otuntoma omo apologists no. And I say it is only in Ghana. And your good factory. Ya to asase de am sorry. Na dey say sorry na am for na akwa sorry ho na akọ bompa ya say jame ma omu adwuma no monye.
Jimie sa. Nipa ko ka asase me nsha na papa.
Former Palestinian ambassador to Ghana. No me auntie, me direct auntie Nikunu. Your friend Haddad. I say it is only in Ghana. And I buy good factory. No dey asase na am dey say sorry. Na am for akwa sorry ho no akọ bompa say jame ma omu adwuma no monye.
Abe egu eduma na o be pe bia ye no nti onyankopon ka ha na adwena ye dey.
It's a one cannery.
Yeah.
E ho na dey fruit juice e ka. What is ngu sa factory na farmer e ho na ma na ye. Go for occasion be. Rollins engineer simply so catch a Ghana for say. Apply menka seminar. Apilo soap.
Yeah.
Mema Ghana for on top because onyesika or the koye politics. Kwabra Dako at a point in time, Dako Farms, the whole West Africa, it was the biggest poultry farm in Ghana, the whole West Africa.
Yeah.
And the one is the good Dako Farms. Now say Obi, if we saw a buy numu, and as our party numu, no the catch will say, about the 24-hour economy, which you do, Obia, or no over a buy muno, not sa in humano, and Ghanaians were working. Sa Abaino and their apologists all go in human one after the other over 300 state-owned enterprises. Rollins na buying Omuguno. Do you understand? Omuguno Takoradi Hanum Black Star Line ships. I don't know if they're tuntoye.
Yeah.
And then some ships no Omugu Tanzania say Gambia and almost young Katie and river Gambia so in the 80s I dey Nkwadao Metropolis Hano. Now Metropolis hired the papa because Black Star Line ships were hunting na Emma Ahano. Ahane Ejawa happens. Hayashi. What is the good money now? Now, the same people, and now look at you say, all about the more 24-hour economy, all about the factories and you believe them? It is so preposterous. So kind of for it just has some way D. I got two about Emma NDC. I said we have $4 billion. $4 billion. $4 billion.
To be 101.3.
Okay, sir. On the 7th of January, you did abai we ACISO. We're Independence Square, hono. There are 7 that pokache. Sika ina no so hunya. What they are to fuel. Na ka 2.6 days so say. Yeah. No, here less than 300 million.
Yes. 2 pitches.
And this is a government that cannot even keep the lights on for 24 hours.
Sure.
John Mahama ni synonym. Some person will refer to John Mahama now person will boni dia. The synonym ye dum so.
Yeah, ni si anemu no.
Ni si anemu.
Yeah.
Ye dum so. The synonym for John Mahama is dum so.
Yeah.
It abaya ono. Wo boy, okay, some of the traits are say you see about running 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
We should have them uninterrupted.
Yes.
Electricity can.
Yes.
Now we are talking about a government that cannot keep the lights on for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And now no catch you say about 24-hour economy. You understand?
Yeah.
It you better share how this 24-hour thing. When I will say a mirage, how it is going to be implemented,
true, because
and who will be the beneficiaries of that 24 hours?
I idea be soon because phone way and I soon no mirage, and there's no way a phone and soon and soon to win some and found Sanka. You're Emmanuel Kablato no more fire Chris. A general son, I know what she as a sister will be. You
understand? This is a government. There were factories. And then it is taking another MPP entrepreneur and an OC steel factory. What I say? It's really a steel factory. And now I buy the it is ridiculous as it is preposterous. Say, and this is what the simple so the catcher will say. Oh, buy a 24-hour economy. On basic factories. I said, look at a national chairman. Okay, I say, a do baby no. A full no. Okyeremaba because say, and this communicators should stop talking about the 24-hour economy now. Nippona policy yet the Anankasa no kwa onko kana asem. Okay. Yeah, and I do baby sukra no. Yama make grace. I sit down kwa say. Yes. Why want 24-hour economy as no bodam? Bodam. Yeah. What dream yeduma? Yeah. Nkai pa. What I said to kwa no funu no we na fida to na keka.
To be 101.3.
Some people am catch us say. Omo be run 24-hour economy. Wuji we mudi. So yes, 331 say 133 say. Say no gano 133. Eh. Awasa akoye hu watch Takoradi aba. About 133. What an ni kwa be 9. What I say? Yeah. Try to sum up everything about this 24-hour economy thing. No? Yeah. What did I use it's a mirage. Yeah. What I say? You shouldn't even think about it. And I say it is implementable, it is doable. And yet doable. It is not feasible. Very well. And to me, Maso, it is a who you mebum. Now say, now abaya or no buy. Within 6 months, no, was we ye nipa more than 80,000 AD. What I say? Sammy, if you gold board, one. Yeah. Before now, all about any gold board, no, now precious minerals, no PMMC. Yeah. Accra office, not PMMC, what? 300 employees. Or buy now, or best stand from PMMC to gold board, no. Nipa 300 no, when you deal. Very well. Now, I buy no bus or no 24 hours or about memory Jumano. I no buy any about 2 or you ready. You get me? Or you ready. Last week, Also, Bank of Ghana, you see, you need 100 baby.
Yes.
If I know about me, who a buyer, if you are saying, you recall it and conform.
Yeah.
These are the people. You want to listen to them and believe what they say? And you know, if nakedness promises you clothes, ask his name.
But I'll say, yeah, now so, me fancy. Now the crack room, the okay, chat to 30 seconds now. Me for messages. Yes.
Some bahano now, mammy, Akonya. Some family, some a chatwo and to what?
Yeah.
Yame catch a minion MPP for an say. Nyankofo we yomo no 2028 looks so bright. Nya aka and he say yen yedin kabum ebe ye adwuma.
Okay.
You understand? Yen yedin kabum be ye adwuma because it is early days yet. But Ghana for now omo ho say omo nya opportunity ni say nka MPPD or mine no be ko a different level. Now omo sa opportunity no omo misses out because of their own acts no ya misses that opportunity no.
Yeah.
It, you know, 2028 looks so sweet and positive. But it will depend on how united a front will present as far as the 2028 elections, you know, are concerned. You know.
But I say, you're Chris, Labi Boateng, but I say, na yes, so you better not one is some 25 minutes past the hour.
Tokonu, good morning. Now, Miss Anpe, now from now, you didn't come out. Yeah, Michelle.
To come on, I want from some can wait you today. MC Bachamusha, what's up, Mamma? Birthday messages be on. I didn't say pictures, no, Emian, me knew about for Diana Baconsi Obidia. The Mr. was a Bibia the day the Mwana Mashe. Na mo de amame sisia na eba bedo se etumi so etidi furo edema mo tele patch picture ne I ready bia no obetumi e de atoso e de amame Dickness Christine Akoli and that your birthday we adwuma e wo Kwesimintim Hospital wana we adwuma e wo we efri Roda and the entire Church of Pentecost. And I want to wish you happy birthday. I wonder that's one. Dickness Christine Akoli, Kwesimintim Hospital. And her birthday, road and the entire Church of Pentecost as a phono, Redemption Assembly Airport Ridge. Almost Mujina Proverbs chapter 9, verse 11. So now one more Akacho say, for by me your days will be multiplied, and years will be added to your life. So it shall be in your life, dear. Until road and Pentecost as a form a year Redemption Assembly Airport Ridge say and then ever would day one more I wish you a happy bed on your cropon in shroud now peja wash you so ever Emma war. I feel the trust one a year Mary Cobina and bachelor the other one. So Mary Cobina and bachelor the other one, third one was shut up white, you know. Into blue or shut up blue, no. Mary Cobina near birthday. Now Oko school Holy Child a year College of Education or level 200 and level 200 na one but in the picture no was set up blue no what didn't say sisi no mo share no fama na mo fa ento so emame na also the girlfriend no Greg Asiedu MPP communications team member was the girlfriend no me name say girlfriend and for girlfriend also opposition do for girlfriend and Mary Cobina. A happy birthday to you from Greg Asiedu, NPP Communications Team Member. Wasoko School Holy Child College of Education, level 200. Na anapewu krusu wotie o boyfriend so wotie yem pa. Ntiafa kunye wo suni we show. A happy birthday. May you live long. Na yakupon so enter wahye mu enfama. Me da ase de besi akasema no mienu na nonkrompe mu abo. The entire production team won ka ho ma Western in the morning and they utumi etie yen na hwe yen u feel yen de ye bia no ani age ho etie yewra Chris Labi Boateng so ne submission no ye de wono ase abana se wa mani ampon wono na hwe yema itumi ye course ni na oskeni frimpom manso berema ba na kunu do abupra e da mu na so ase won metietie mo na echi ntino ebrepemu no won meba na o ma betre dwumedie no so e de amayen yaro na wo so hye ba TV no so same na camera no hwe so obi bi adwuma so ani e wa hanom seye mede di Okyeremaba AS Enchill the radio PRO Kubara Baruki Ja Itabi Ajagrabi Rabasaka Abinzi Abazabarko. Out of here. Good morning.